Showtime!
We're live. Hey.
Yeah, we're live! So, welcome to my birthday live stream. My name is Nicholas Wayne Zandy, and here with me is prolific requests, the most prolific requester in the Toku community.
All right. Well, it's L9, but I just have my Twitter name. I'll just change it for a moment. Oh god, I don't. Oh yeah, I know. I can change it. All right. All right. There we go. Okay. Right, there we go.
Okay. So, this is so yesterday was my 21st birthday.
Happy birthday, Nicholas. Happy birthday.
And no, I'm not drinking alcohol because I've got to remain sober if I want to enter politics.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's talk about a few recent updates in the Tokusatsu world, first of all.
Okay.
So, there's this new Sentai show that's being rumored called King Oger.
I've heard of it. I haven't really been following news about that too much.
So, I think I'll pull this up on Twitter because I think... So...
Okay.
All right, so I'll present it.
Okay.
Right here.
All right.
I'm gonna have to translate this.
No. I mean, shouldn't there be like a feature like on the top where the translate? You could translate the whole page.
I'll just use Google's translator.
Fair.
It's the best I've got.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta use the tech language.
Portuguese.
Oh.
So, Toei registered a new trademark for the 47th Super Sentai series under the name Osama Sentai King Oger. The brand was recently approved by the Japanese Intellectual Property Database, which I assume is probably where they got. This series will succeed the 46th installment in the franchise, Avataro Sentai Dawn Brothers. This new series is registered under the trademark 2022 109081, 2022 109102. So, whenever I think of the name like King Oger, it reminds me of another Sentai that you might know about. It's got those geometric shapes.
O-Ranger?
Yeah.
The Power Ranger Z. Oh yeah, I met the Yellow Ranger actor from that series in my.
I wonder if it's gonna be a callback to that.
It might be a callback to that series.
So, also it could be a mystical theme, or maybe steampunk kind of a thing, or something.
Maybe.
So like, wonder what Osama means.
I don't know. I mean, I'll go on like Ranger Wiki or something. Let's see. I mean, they should have a translation.
King.
It says King Oja. I mean, it just says Osama. I mean, we don't know. It's just Osama said that King Oja. That's
apparently it means king, which.
Oh, okay, King.
King Sentai King Oger. King Sentai King Ranger or something. I don't know. So it's basically. Maybe, I'm gonna play the clip. You know what I mean.
What do you mean? That clip.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
So, it's on Twitter.
You posted on your tweet, or?
I forget which one it was. I mean, it's... not mine, it's someone else's. You might, I guess he's the history equivalent of you or something. So here it is.
Like Game of Thrones, you ask? Yes, Jimmy, just like your Game of Thrones. Like Game of Thrones?
Yeah. Yes, Jimmy, just like your Game of Thrones. Yeah, I said it. I think this is going to be the Sentai equivalent of Game of Thrones, probably.
I
wonder if that's Dragon
I don't know much
Name
about that
Swords?
franchise. I mean, I heard it has like a sequel called House of the Dragon. I am not watching that. It's just mid. It's so mid for what I hear.
I've seen one clip on YouTube.
I mean, if there's anything like, I'd just say I'd rather watch Breaking Bad instead of like.
My hope is that they don't rush the ending for the Sentai if it is going to be like Game of Thrones.
But is that all the Toku stuff for now?
Well, I think you've met Power Rangers actor, didn't you?
Oh yeah, 3. I met Austin St. John, the Yellow Zero Ranger, and I met
Tanya.
the Mercury Ranger from Overdrive, Dwayne Cameron. That's his actor name, I believe. Well, watch my video for it, I guess. Should I?
At least didn't mean alleged thief.
Who? I mean Austin St. John.
Samuel Benta.
Oh, that one. I think he was at the recent Morphicon, if I'm not mistaken. But
I guess he was forgiven for his crime. I don't know.
I mean, Estee made a video about that topic a couple of years ago, so I'll screen share it. All right, it should be screen sharing now. All right, okay, is it screen sharing? Okay, so here's my video. All right, I use Power Director. Okay.
For Comic-Con, I got a Doctor Strange multiverse manager, so yeah.
Right.
Let's head over to the con, and yeah, maybe we'll meet some Power Rangers there. So I just got off the train, and now we're actually.
Yeah, this. All right, I'm gonna screen share to the.
So
con.
let's head into.
I'll just like pause through parts of it. I mean, got
what
this
train station were you? Where were you at?
34th Street. Well, it was like the 7th train to like 34th. It was a new station that was created like 7 years ago. I went there on the opening day of that station when it opened.
Surprised it wasn't Grand Central Station.
No, I mean that's been around for years. This is like on the West End, but all right, this is parts of the con. All right, I saw this like comic of like some Marvel comic. All right, all right, some Marvel stuff. I'll just.
And yeah. From the Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness.
I saw some MCU stuff for the most part. Not too much Toku stuff. I mean, this is from the Miss Marvel series on Disney Plus. Some Black Panther. All right, this is from the new Spider-Man film, the Doctor Strange web slinger. But I tried putting it on, but it didn't work. But then let's see. This is like a panel they had. They're doing some like trivia thing and like some cosplay. Are, like,
and insect themed superhero, by the way. I wonder if that has anything to do with Kamen Rider.
Yeah, no, Kabuto, right? All right, this is something about the new Black Panther film coming out next week.
Wakanda forever.
Oh, I saw. Okay, here's a Kamen Rider thing I saw.
Right. Kamen Rider thing for the new Kamen Rider series, Geats, succeeding after Revice. So yeah, we got that. New driver.
Yeet.
Oh, geez.
Pretty cool.
Sorry, can't help it.
The Revice driver. Okay, so we got the Revice driver. This is the Desire driver for the new Revice series. Pretty cool. This is sort of Power first showed. Yeah. Then we got the double driver. Okay, we actually got some actual Gaia memories. This is actually bigger than I originally thought they'd be. So yeah. So there we go. That was the original
Kamen Rider
Ichigo. Yeah, it's pretty cool. 50th anniversary CSM.
I don't think I could say Kamen Rider 2's name in Japanese.
I think I know why, but all right.
You know, sounds a lot like a racial slur.
Yeah. All right.
That is not cheap.
$500.
And then we
Oh
got the
no.
Kuga driver
Right.
from Kamen Rider Kuga. It looks like the first driver per like Kamen Rider.
Yeah, but that's not the four going for.
Like, this is the first Heisei era. This is the first Neo Heisei driver.
No, actually, so
The most recent one, the first Reiwa driver.
Oh yeah,
The first ever driver. Price key.
Oh yeah, I do have a progress key. I'll get that out for a minute. Hold on. I'm still here. It's right here. Wait, hold on. Okay, so right here, I got the Kamen Rider thing. I'll open it up. I mean, yeah, here's a Kamen Rider. I mean, yeah. I did see
Have you
someone
ever
wearing
seen-
a 01 driver.
Have
at
you
the
ever
con.
seen 01?
Not really. I mean, I just did like. I mean, I don't really watch Kamen Rider too much. But I do follow it. I'm just like aware. I mean, I follow the news.
The only Kamen Rider series I've seen all the way through are Gaim. Leo?
I'm here. I'll be muted for a couple minutes. All right, I'm back. Okay, sorry. I just sorry about that. I had an interruption. But yeah. All right, hold on. Okay. All right, okay. No interruptions. All right. So, yeah, I was just the 01 thing. But all right, continuing the video. I mean, this is something I think they had like these things like. All right.
The only Kamen Rider series I've watched all the way through are Wizard, Gaim, and Build.
Oh yeah. No wonder I had the Build profile picture.
Yeah, I was considering doing a fan adaptation of that.
This is just some poster, like a tribute to Chadwick Boseman. Yeah. Then okay, this is some Marvel stuff. I mean, this is like most of this video wasn't even. I mean, it's just MCU stuff, really. I'll just skip to like the Toku parts. Okay, this is the Toku part. This is where I met the Yellow Zeo Ranger. Like,
It's pretty cool.
I couldn't take the video sadly because they charge $50.
Zeo, go,
John
Zeo.
isn't here yet, but maybe I'll get a chance to meet him. Yeah.
I did get
You'll
it.
see him. I think she's right behind this panel, but yeah, I got some Power Ranger DVDs.
All right.
I don't know if I'm not sure if I'll get one, but like, but yeah, pretty cool. I just met a Ranger for the first time. So yeah. Ranger stop thing in Orlando. I'm not gonna go, obviously, but yeah, they got some of the original Rangers. Just met this Ranger.
Yeah, I met the Yellow Zeo Ranger. But oh yeah, I asked Nikia and Austin, well, the actors for Zeo Yellow and MMPR Red. I asked them if they knew who Bruno from MMPR Toys was. No, but yeah, I did remind them that Bruno was friends with Chris Lee, who played Andros, and of course I knew who he was. But however,
And he once worked on Power Rangers.
yeah. Well, you know that Toku YouTuber, Ranger YouTuber Chris Cantata Force. You heard of him?
Oh yeah, the guy behind the whole Mythos thing.
He does like the Forever Red, forever like Ranger color videos, like about, like yeah, that
Red,
guy.
blue,
I did ask
yellow,
Austin
green,
St. John.
pink, black, gold, silver.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, Chris Cantata. Well, I did ask Austin St. John if he knew who he was. He said Austin St. John is going to be part of a project with Chris Cantata soon, I believe, and then that's as far as I know. I mean, he said also Dwayne from Overdrive. He said that he had an idea of like a Forever Sixth event, sort of like Forever Red. And then I told that to Austin St. John since he was Zeo Gold also, and he said it'd be a good idea. He'd come back as if the script's good. So,
I honestly wonder if they could do a Forever Blue special.
I don't know. All right. Okay, this is some other
Billy, Rocky, though I wouldn't really want to bring back Justin.
Okay. All right, real quick. I mean, some of the stuff I got. Let me go find one of the figures. I'll show them later. You know what? Yeah, after this video's done, some Lightning Collection stuff I got. All right, I got a Kamen Rider thing. All right, this is a Kamen Rider thing.
Wait, what is Kamen Rider? So we got Kamen Rider Double right there. You can read.
I mean, I'll pause it.
Do you think that if Kamen Rider Double was adapted, it would take place in Chicago, in America?
Maybe.
Read that.
Since Windy City.
Yeah,
We got all the Showa era writers. all the Heisei era writers, and then all the Reiwa era.
Yeah, they include Dukes.
Oh yeah, they forgot.
I'm not a fan of the name Reiwa.
All right,
And it's from Tokushoutsu.
all right. The
You can
QR
scan
code.
that QR
I mean, you could scan it. I mean, videos up.
original series.
Well, that would mean someone steals your coffee.
I mean, it's just a QR code. I mean, it's probably just going to lead to some like Tokushoutsu, like where you can pre-order like a DVD or something. Really?
Well, that would mean someone would steal your pre-order then.
I don't really care. I mean, I'm not even going to use it. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're all the same. The QR codes are all the same. I'm not concerned too much. All right. And I probably wouldn't even order anything to begin with. But all right, some Kamen Rider people in the fandom. I mean, I don't know any of these people. But okay, what the hell?
Is Marco there?
What?
Is
Marcus
Marcos
Sasson?
there?
I
in
don't
that
think
photo?
he is. No. I can't see him. No, he isn't there. No.
What about Karn?
Oh yeah, the guy, a friend of Estes. No, he isn't.
Or what was his name?
Easy Rider.
Protodubs.
No, I don't think. No, these people. I don't even think they're in like the Toku fandom. I mean, they're not active on Twitter, as far as I know. I don't know. All right, these are like Marvel.
Black Panther and
All the Spider-Man thing.
Spider-Man,
Moon Knight, and then. All right, what else we got? All right. Oh, so someone made Lego Power Rangers from the 2017 film. What do you think?
Well, Lego my ego.
All right. What else do they got? I mean, all right. Okay.
I think Tokyo Rider Go. I think he actually hated that film, didn't he?
The 2017. I don't know. But all right.
Okay. He's been on Twitter and he said, "I can't believe I have to say this." Like, he just thought it just didn't feel like Power Rangers.
All right. Let's see. I mean, it's just some really the last part is just MCU stuff. I mean, I saw some Ranger stuff.
if you're pink, you got Zeo pink. Oops, blue.
All right.
Catherine.
Yeah, and I mean, she has a Lightning Collection figure now, I think, but in like a 2-pack.
Catherine, Tanya.
Yeah, and Rocky. All right. I mean, this is like the last part. I mean, this is what I got. I mean, I did make videos.
Hey,
on
at least there's some female representation in the Lightning Collection for once.
I mean, I'll look here. I mean, yeah, you can see like some Ranger stuff. Okay, over here, like some of the new Ranger figures. I mean, there's like Henchman and some others in the back. Yeah, you can see the new ones. Yeah, the Doggy Kruger, you can see it, right? And then in Space Black. Yeah, these are some of the new ones.
Carlos.
Yeah, and Doggy Kruger. Yeah. But that's really it for the video, I guess.
But SPD is propaganda.
Oh my God, that person. Okay. And, all right, I guess we're done with the Toku stuff. All right, should we get to midterm predictions? Or should we talk about that?
Well, before we transition into that, I'll give you my own idea for what would happen if, let's say, what was it? The Skywall disaster happened in America.
Oh, from Kamen Rider Build. All right, let's see. All right, I would do a house prediction. I know we didn't do one last time, but it's gonna be hella hard to make. I should have done this before the stream. Like I should have made it, but all right. Okay. I guess. So you're screen sharing the Skywall thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't see it.
I just haven't started. Sure. Here it is.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So here it is. So this is the first
American
one right here. This
is that like the Union, and then like the brown is the
that's basically the remnants of the old U.S. government.
Then the brown is just the Holy Republic of Dixieland. All right, Confederacy. Okay.
Basically, it's a theocratic, fascistic state.
All right, so in Alaska and Hawaii have like kind of like succeeded into their own nations or something.
Seceded.
Yeah, seceded.
And right here, this is Molossia, which is communist.
How come those random East Colorado and random West Texas counties? And I mean, how's the West?
That's because that's where the sky wall ends up going.
Yeah,
it's because of the sky wall.
Oh, you wanted to make it perfect, but yeah, it didn't really work out too much. You could have just had the rest of Colorado and Molossia.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean West Virginia's fine. I mean, like the northern panhandle for that, or the western one, it's fine. You include it with the Federation.
Can you imagine this happening in a Kamen Rider Build adaptation?
I don't know.
That would be kind of fun. That would be kind of terrifying, seeing all the. I mean, it would kind of make sense as an adaptation because it kind of represents what's going on here in America.
So I guess we're gonna talk about the midterm predictions, or?
Yeah, I think I did do a midterm prediction for the House. I haven't checked.
All right, you'll screen share both of yours. I'll screen share like all together. I got to use Wikipedia for some context.
Where was? There are some. Okay. There it is. Aha.
Okay.
Whoops, right, wrong one. Found.
I'm just like.
I need to keep finding. There it is. Ha! Found it. These I had to screen shoot them because of my Chromebook. There it is.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right. Okay. House. All right. I'm not gonna cover too much. I mean, I think. Wait. Go to the northeast. Head over to the northeast. All right. Zoom in a bit more. All right. Jersey, I totally agree with. I mean, New York. I can't believe Syracuse is going red. I initially thought it would flip, but I don't know. To be honest, I get Molinaro might win. To be honest, I don't know in the 19th. But all right, PA. I mean, I think. Wild is gonna lose. I mean, she's pretty vulnerable, the most vulnerable of all. I mean, Lamb's seat. I mean, it may flip, but it's gonna be close. I don't know. It'll be tilt, no matter who wins it. Cartwright. Debatable. About PA 08 on the northeast.
What about Summerlee's district?
Oh yeah, that should be likely because the Republican nominees have the same name as the incumbent. Oh god.
I don't think it's gonna be that close.
But it'll be closer than the 2020.
So here's Virginia.
Yeah, I agree. It could be something like that. North Carolina, I agree. South Carolina, yeah. Georgia, yeah. I mean, yeah. Florida, yeah. I mean, some of the districts could get redder a bit. All right. Then Texas, I don't know. I feel like I think the 15th is going to flip. New Mexico, I'd make one of them likely, the blue seats, like the one in the north. Arizona, I concur. Colorado, I concur. Nevada, I feel like one of the districts is going to flip. Okay, then Cali, I guess I agree for the most part. Oregon, yeah, I agree. I mean, with Drazen being potentially elected governor, it's going to have a down ballot effect. But Washington, I guess, yeah, agreed. Montana, I agree with the Midwest for the most part, mostly. I mean, there may be a few districts I did, but we'll get to that later. I mean, Chicago, I'd make a few of the districts bluer. A few of them you put likely. But otherwise, that's about it.
Yeah.
I guess I'll screen share my predictions, but I'll start with governor first. There's quite a while, quite a little bit that I. Okay, let me go. All right, I'm gonna go. Let's use a screen share from the last stream. All right, I gotta go find it. All right, present. Sharing screen. Okay. Chrome tab. All right, I'm just gonna screen share my window. Okay, so one moment. All right, I'm gonna share my window. All right, you see? All right, is this sharing?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the last one, the last governor election. All right, so some rating changes now. All right, we got to look at some of these elections. So governors, I guess red. I mean blue. I mean, I guess we'll do the safe ones as we usually do. Let's see what I had a safe last time. I mean, I don't think Oklahoma is going to be likely, to be honest. I get that it's historically been close, but I don't know. I mean, I mean, it's possible Stitt underperforms Trump, but just barely. All right. Iowa's going to be safe, and I guess Ohio, I'll move it to safe because. All right, let's look at the polls for Ohio for a minute. All right, Ohio. I mean, just look at these. I mean, you look at these polls. He's up by 18 in all these polls. Emerson has him up by a 21. Just look, it's going to be safe. I mean, Whaley is not really running the best campaign. I mean, she's basically a no-name. But what else we got from the last prediction? All right, I guess. These two Northeast states. I mean, some of the South. That's about it for the red state, the safe red. Safe blue, Cali, but I think it's possible it's closer than the recall, but slightly. It's possible, but we're not too sure. All right, I guess this is going in safe blue. Oh, okay, I just made it likely. Oh, God. Okay, no. Okay, that's not blue. Right. Just we do a little bit of trolling. All right, Illinois, I guess, safe blue. I mean, it's possible it's closer than it was in 2020. But it's not going to be likely. I mean, it could, but I don't. At the moment, Maryland, I'm putting it safe because literally it's a Trumpist candidate as a Republican nominee. They're not going to make it closer. If they do, but just barely. It's Maryland at the end of the day. D.C., it's going to be more partisan. New York, no, not safe. I'm moving it likely, but Massachusetts safe. That's really all the safe states. Yeah, can I believe 2/5 of them are going to be the flips. Then. I guess the likely red, what did I have? I'm still having Georgia likely. Kemp, let's look at Georgia for a minute. So, Kemp's pretty popular. Just look at these polls. You have 538 real clear. All right. Even polls, Emerson has him up by 6. Just look at these polls. Even some Democrat internals have him up by sizable margins. So, yeah, it's going to be likely. Florida, I guess likely too, because Christ is just so incompetent.
He's a Republican in all but name.
Yeah, right. He's
and
up by
so is the
digits
chair of the Florida. So is the Florida Democratic chair.
Oh God! Look, just DeSantis, for fuck's sake, he's up by double digits. Oh my! Just look, he's up by 13. All right, Political Matrix is just not really the best pollster. I think they had Matt Gaetz losing. So, then look, look at these. All right, Emerson.
Florida Democrats are terrible.
Okay, Emerson hasn't released a poll for this governor. It's not really that close or competitive, probability-wise, but all right. Texas, it's likely. Alaska, likely because of its trends. It's slowly moving left, and it did elect a Democrat congresswoman, so it's going to be likely. Then, I guess it's all likely red states. Likely blue, all right, I'm moving Colorado from safe to likely. Polis, he is popular, but I don't think he's going to win by that much. But, okay, I never thought I'd be saying this, but oh my God, I'm going to have to move New York to likely Democrat because, let's just take a look at the polls. Just look. I've seen some Zeldin size, on my street. That's how, oh, okay, that's just how dislike the state's GOP is. The Democrats are
that's what you get when you come from a controversial governor in the form of Cuomo.
Yeah. Some people are just. Real Clear has a toss up. Which one? Let's be real. Which one's the outlier? One of these things is not like the others. It's Real Clear politics.
Well, 538 is too confident that Democrats are going to win, and Real Clear Politics is not confident enough.
All right. Zeldin, he's got some Republican endorsement. I want to know. Okay. Hochul, she didn't even get the endorsement of Schumer, which she's going to be on the ballot with. Zeldin got on the ballot with. Got the endorsement of Pinion, the Senate candidate. So I don't know.
Joe Pinion?
Yeah. All right. Look, he's up by 6. Look at these polls. Even from Quinnipiac, Hochul's up by 4. Coefficient's not the best pollster.
Hey, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Joe.
Your opinion. Joe who? I know that joke. Oh, God. Okay.
Has someone ever told you that joke?
Maybe one person, but oh, God. That's cringe. All right. Trafalgar. Okay. Why did they have it tied? Oh, my God. Trafalgar's not really the best pollster. Even Emerson has him up by 9, so New York's likely. Oh, the Senate. Oh, crap.
You,
I guess Connecticut and Rhode Island will put out likely. I think Connecticut. I think the margin Democrat. I know Republicans. Some like earlier this year, I thought the Republicans would win because this state voted to the right of the country in the 2018 governor elections, and I understand that, but like Lamont has rebounded in popularity. I think he's will win by a similar margin to what Hillary Clinton won it by in 2016 in Rhode Island. Dan McKee's not really that popular. He'll probably win by a similar margin to Hillary Clinton's, but maybe a bit closer. Yeah, I'm moving those two to. I mean, these.
it could have an effect on the down the ballot race in the other district.
Oh yeah, Alan Fung, he may win for the House, but we'll get to that later. Lee in red. I mean Nevada. I guess. Let's look at that for a minute. So okay, let's see. He didn't win. All right, let's just look at the. Lombardo, he got the Trump endorsement. Sisal got the Obama endorsement. Lombardo, he's up by 1. Some of these polls. Emerson has him up by 4. Trafalgar always has him up for the widest margin.
Hey, got our first chat person in chat.
Who? Happy birthday. I don't know who is that.
This profile picture right here.
What is that? Oh,
that's from my time in the Go Animate community.
Don't know.
Yeah, I was once in the Go Animate community, believe it or not.
Right.
Have you heard of that?
No, not. But okay. Yeah, California. No, Nevada. Okay, wrong state. I meant, but that's going lean red. Arizona, I guess lean red too. Hobbs is not really running the best campaign. She hasn't really campaigned with Mark Kelly too much. She got the endorsement of Dino, Kirsten Sinema. I don't know, Obama endorsement. I don't know. Her campaign is just a mixed bag.
Kay Hobbs, she could easily have won had she just attended a frickin' debate.
Yeah. Yeah, but her refusing to debate is not really helping her in the general. Fetterman. He was willing to debate Oz. So there's that. But then, all right. Lake has got the endorsement of the Senate candidate. Who she's going to be on the ballot with on. Masters. So yeah.
Who she's probably going to overperform.
She's going to overperform Masters. Lake. She's up in these polls, even like Emerson. What else?
Early on, it should have been a win for Kay Hobbs. She was doing well earlier on.
But
how did she screw up this race?
If anything, she's the new Terry McAuliffe 2.0, not Josh Shapiro. But
well, at least McAuliffe did attend a debate.
Yeah. All right. Another lean red. I guess Kansas will keep it in that because it's just. I get that. Actually, no, we're not. We're actually gonna move it to something else. No, I don't think it's possible, but I don't know. I guess that's all the lean red. Lean Democrat. Maine. Hey, this race hasn't really been too competitive. Lately. Okay.
You've got a controversial governor running against the current one.
Maine hasn't defeated an incumbent in half a century. It's gonna be. It really loves incumbents, so she's gonna win. There's only been
and Michigan loves incumbents too.
Since Engler. The last to lose re-election was Engler. Maine's
actually no, it was Blanchard.
No, Blanchard. Oh, Blanchard. Okay, he was the last one to lose.
So that was because he was running for a third term.
But then Engler had a third term. So, all right. I guess another lean Democrat, New Mexico. I thought this was gonna flip with Ron. With the Grisham, she's been accused of sexual harassment. That may cost her re-election, but I don't know. Just these polls, I don't really know too much. They are getting closer. It's possible Ronchetti can win, but as of now, I'm putting it to lean Democrat. It has gotten bluer the state over the past couple of years, I guess. All right, Minnesota, I guess lean Democrat. I'm still putting it that. Jensen led in a poll for the first time. I know it's Trafalgar, but I don't know. It's not going to be safe for likely. I still seeing it being lean. For now, Michigan, I thought this would be likely, but all right, the last one it was likely, but now we're moving it to lean. The polls have gone closing. Dixon's closing the gap slowly. Okay, there's been a lot of polls this month. Oh my God, half the polls have been from this month only. Jeez. I mean, she's only up. I mean, Emerson only has Whitmer up by like 5 or 6. I think it's going to be closer than one may initially think. So, lean Democrat. But then, all right, 4 states left. I mean, all right, I guess. I guess we'll start off with Wisconsin.
Didn't you forget Pennsylvania?
We'll get to that later. We'll get to that in a minute. But okay, Michaels, he's up by in some polls. I mean, even like, he's up by like Marquette University has him up by 1. I mean, Fox, which technically overestimates Democrats, which has been known to, is him up by 1. Emerson has him up by 1. So yeah, it's going to be close, but I think it narrowly flips. Tilt. I'm putting in tilt. But Oregon, I never thought it'd be. I mean, it's gonna. I mean, there's a third party Democrat. I mean, splitting the vote. Literally, Betsy Johnson. She's like, yeah, she's gonna split Kotek's vote. She really decimated.
She's been going down significantly in the polls.
Johnson.
Betsy Johnson.
Yeah. Although I think it's going to be competitive. I mean, Kotek. I mean, could the polls be overestimating Republicans all along? I mean, we'll have to wait until Election Day. Hey, let's see. Drazen. Okay, Kotek. I mean, she got the president. I mean, Drazen. I mean, with her not getting a Trump endorsement, maybe it'll help her win. I mean, she's got endorsement of Youngkin. Hogan, I mean, a liberal Republican, or a Nelson Rockefeller type Republican. Chris Christie, I mean, not really a popular governor. All right. All right. Okay, she got, all right, Johnson has some Republican endorsements. All right, this guy, former senator. Even one of the incumbent congressmen, Kurt Schrader. He was primaried by progressive, I think.
That guy really wants to screw over his own party.
All right. Andrew Yang endorsed Johnson. Andrew Yang, he just really doesn't like the 2-party system. He just wants different parties. So yeah, Oregon, tilt red. All right, Kansas, I guess. I mean, just looking at these polls. Okay, I don't know why I did in Nebraska, but Kansas. All right, let's look at this. I mean, she's poised to win re-election. I mean, it'll be like kind of like how Hogan won re-election. I mean, she is popular. I mean, she is just appealing to conservatives. I mean, I guess you could say she's kind of the most conservative Democrat governor right now, and I think it's going to help her win re-election. Because judging off of the fact that she's elected in a state that voted for Trump by 14 points, she must be conservative to some degree. I mean, you could fill me in on if I'm mistaken, but yeah, Schmidt, the Trump endorsement. I mean, it's possible he wins, but I'm putting him till Democrat. I mean, yeah, Kelly is popular among Trump voters, and yeah, I mean, she hasn't gotten really any endorsements from mainstream Democrats. Like, notice that. I mean, only like one person, one former governor. That's it. Like, I mean, what do you know about this governor? Do you think she's a dino or?
I don't know.
Mansion or I don't know, but yeah, I'll put it till Democrat. I mean, she's probably like a mansion Democrat or something. I just get the vibes I get.
So what about Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I mean, I get that this polls. I'm not sure. I'm putting until Democrat. This still stands. Won't be called on Election Day. Neither will Kansas, Wisconsin, or Oregon. But yeah, just look. All right, Mastriano. I mean, he hasn't really gotten too many endorsements, but all right. I mean, even some former GOP governors of the state don't want to endorse Mastriano because that's how unpopular he is. Like. I mean, just
so,
yeah.
Are you gonna do Senate yet?
Yeah, I'll get to that. But yeah, governor, I'm putting in until Democrat. I get to have him up, but like, I just still get the vibe. It's gonna be tilts. Senate, I guess we'll get to that. All right, Senate. Let's see what we had last time. Let me go check. I mean, not much is gonna change. Oh wait, hold on.
What about Pennsylvania?
For Senate. Oh, good question. I still think Fetterman's gonna wait. What the hell? I know after the debate, but like I think it's possible the Fetterman can win. But oh yeah, speaking of the Fetterman, I gotta send you this meme, this Fetterman meme. I gotta send it to you. But so some odd. It's some.
Oh yeah, the flags fell over.
What?
The flags? Was it the flags falling over or something?
No. It was like there once was a man-child in a hoodie pushing Marxist policy. Like that was some of it. What was in that campaign song?
Was it Wellerman parody?
I don't know. I mean, I'll send you the video. But like, I guess safe red. I
Soon
mean,
may the Fetterman come.
yeah, to bring us radical socialism. One day when the nation is done, we'll wish we told them no. All right, I guess safe. All right, safe states time. All right. I mean, all right, safe red. I mean, oh god, there's not. I still think Iowa's going to be safe. I mean, he wins by a closer margin than last time, Grassley, but it's his last term. He'll win by like 15 or 16, in my opinion. All right, this. I mean, all right. Let's look at these polls. I mean, the Senate. I mean,
So I'm gonna tell you a bit about the South Carolina Senate race right here.
Yep.
Crystal Matthews got in trouble for saying certain things about many of her white constituents.
Yeah. I mean, the South Carolina Democrat, not really the best, most, not really competent. I mean, just look, I mean, they lost. I mean, look at Alvin Green. He lost by a landslide.
Have you seen the E Pluribus Unum video?
No. Oh, is that guy you interact with on Twitter?
Yeah.
No. But yeah, for the record, I mean, I'm putting this safe. I mean, another Democratic party I find incompetent besides Florida and South Carolina, probably the Texas Democrats. They're really the, I guess you could say, resist lib Democrats that really don't actually campaign on what the party, on like actual issues. Well, yeah. Kind of like the Brooklyn Dad Defiant kind of. I mean, you know who that is, right?
I have no idea what that is.
Brooklyn Dad Defiant. Oh, he's like one of the biggest resist libs on Twitter. Yeah, I mean, not even some Democrats like him. I mean, because he's not really doing anything for the party. He's just going on rants.
The only guy I think is kind of similar is Dash Jabrowski, I think his name is.
Yeah, probably something similar to that. Probably. But all right, I guess I don't have enough rating changes. I mean, Wisconsin likely R still stands. I mean, there's just so much room to grow in the rural areas. Like the state probably won't be going for Democrats in the long run. Like, this is a state. 2020 was probably just a temporary. It only flipped back because of Trump's unpopularity. Because after like 2020, yeah, the state's probably going to be gone for Democrats for a while. And yeah, you're going to see Democrats win future presidential elections without this state. I guess Utah likely are. I mean, just polls. I mean, McMullen's doing well among some Republican voters. North Carolina, actually, no, I'm not going to put in likely, but
yeah, that's way too generous to the Republicans.
Yeah. But yeah, Wisconsin likely our prediction still stands because of the trends, because there's just so much room to grow in the rural areas. It's not going to Democrats anytime soon, really. I mean, their only hope is Tammy Baldwin, but that's it, really. It's going the way.
Same thing with Ohio.
Yeah, and Iowa. I mean, I guess Florida likely are. It's Rubio. He's going to win by a sizable margin. Florida Dems suck, really. All right, likely states. I mean, Washington. I mean, Tiffany Smiley is doing surprisingly well. I think she's only up by 4 in average Trafalgar polls. It's going to be closer than it was in the presidential race, but it's not going to flip. I don't even think it'll be single digits. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. Colorado,
maybe
likely,
low double digits.
Maybe, but yeah, probably. All right, but Colorado likely. I mean, Joe O'Dea, because Michael Bennett's up the most liberal Republican Senate candidate this cycle, Joe O'Dea, and he's going to do well among suburbanites. So, oh, you were saying?
Basically, we already have results from Washington back in the jungle primary.
Yeah,
and Patty Murray already won more than 50%. So
she's going to win.
Probably she's definitely going to win re-election.
Most definitely, no doubt about it. All right, I mean, yeah, Colorado. It's going to be like what 8 points or something, or 9. But I know O'Dea's. I don't think he could win. I mean, maybe if his opponent was a blue dog, maybe. But I don't know. I mean, just look at Cory Gardner's loss in 2020. I mean, the state's pretty much gone for Republicans in the long run. Even Republicans are doing this. So,
Cory Gardner was thought to be a moderate in 2014, but he turned out to not be.
No, I mean, he didn't endorse Trump in 2016, but he did in 2020, which kind of ruined his chances at winning re-election even more. I mean, he was going to lose anyway, but he almost lost.
I mean, the question wasn't whether he was going to lose. It was just how bad was it going to be? And it was not a good result for him. He only barely overperformed Trump.
Just because he was an incumbent.
So back to the ratings.
Oh yeah, lean. Oh yeah, lean states. I mean, not much is changing. I mean, lean red. This prediction still stands. All right. Okay, not much differences. I mean, the only rating changes I'm going to make are for Pennsylvania and North Carolina.
Is it only going to be narrowing them?
Probably, yeah. All right. Arizona, I mean, okay, lean red. I mean, Ohio, North Carolina, I'm putting it lean. It'll be like 4. It'll be similar to Trump's 2016 margin in the state, probably. Then lean Democrat, New Hampshire. I mean, the gap's closing a bit. I mean, it's getting closer. So yeah, Hassan's pretty likely she wins. I mean, freaking some Republicans think Bolduc has a chance, and he doesn't have a chance. No, I don't see it happening. Arizona, I mean, lean Democrat. PA, just lean Democrat. I'm changing it from likely. I mean, this is before pre-debate. So yeah, I don't know. I put it likely, but yeah, lean. He'll win by like a point or two. I mean, now Georgia. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Even though even though he had like a scandal recently, I still think he'll end up winning, but it's gonna lead to a runoff. Tilt red. But yeah, he's gonna be the last Republican senator for Georgia for a very long time if elected.
So now let's go to my predictions.
Okay, I'll get to my house prediction afterward, I guess. I gotta set up.
Why don't you show your house prediction?
No, I want you to go first. I need to set mine up.
Okay, so I'll go over my first. I'm gonna go governor's elections.
Okay.
Since those are on the top of the ticket.
Okay, fair. Yeah, I mean that's what I was kind of going for.
So safe seats. I'm gonna say California, Illinois, Massachusetts, which is a huge flip. Hawaii, and yeah, I'm saying it. Maryland's gonna be safe.
Duh.
Sorry, Dan Cox.
I mean, no shit, he's losing. But
and for the Republicans, Idaho, Wyoming, South Dakota, Nebraska, Arkansas, though I think it might be a little bit narrower because there's no incumbents. Yeah, Tennessee, Alabama, South Carolina. So,
so likely Democrat, I guess Colorado and New York.
Yep, Colorado, New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island.
That's it, right?
Yeah, I think that's actually pretty much it. Likely Republican. Alaska, that's actually becoming a lot closer recently, so I'm not as confident about that state. Oklahoma, because the Democrat running is a conservative and the governor isn't very popular. Iowa, I don't think she's going to win by that big of a margin. Ohio.
No, it's safe. Look at the polls. Even Emerson has them up by 21. I'd say Iowa and Ohio. Vermont's
our polarization is going to maybe negatively affect a lot of Republicans. So that's all the likelies. Also, New Hampshire, because the polls there are actually getting a bit closer for the governor.
I think they're going to be safe. I mean, everyone has them at safe. So
lean, Minnesota, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Maine, and New Mexico. And leans, Texas, Florida.
Lean. Florida, I don't know.
Arizona.
Okay. All right.
And tilt margins, Oregon.
I thought you said it's
Kansas. Wait, whoops, wrong. Forgot Oregon. One state. Georgia. Forgot Georgia. Why did I forget Georgia?
Oregon's probably going to flip because of the third party. Democrat split. I don't know.
Well, Emerson's actually showing the Democrat ahead, so.
Okay, fair.
So this is my final prediction for governors.
Huh. Not that bad. I mean, yeah, I concur, I guess. But you can screenshot your Senate. I'll be right back. I'll be back in a minute.
And now the Senate. So let's go over to the Senate. So, Illinois, California, Oregon. Yeah, Oregon's not going to flip despite the gubernatorial election. Vermont, Connecticut, Maryland, New York. Yes, New York's going to be safe. Sorry, Joe Pinion. Hawaii, and I think that's it. Republican, Idaho, North Dakota, South Dakota, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, Kentucky, Indiana, South Carolina, and Alaska. So, despite it getting closer, I don't think Murkowski's going to lose. Likely, Washington. No, it's not going to be that close. I don't know why people keep saying that. Colorado. I think that's about it for likely Blues or Reds. I don't know. Utah, likely. Iowa. Yep, that's it. And leans. New Hampshire, and that's going to be my only lean for the Democrats. Leans for the Republicans. Florida, Wisconsin,
Okay.
and Ohio.
Okay.
And as for North Carolina, so tilts. Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona, and for tilt red, Nevada.
All right. Yeah, fair. It's probably it could happen. Seems reasonable.
So, getting another 50-50 seat where both parties keep their seats even.
I think this would be the first time since the 90s where not a single seat like flips, like 1998 Senate election.
Well, two seats flip, but they cancel each other out.
Well, this would be if this happens, it'll be the first time since 1998 where the Senate elections resulted in no net change in the power balance.
Yeah. So now let's have you finished your house map?
No, you might as well start yours. I haven't. I mean, I did do a little.
I've already done my final prediction. I don't think the number's really going to change all that much. I mean, the seats might be a little different, but it's pretty much going to be the same. Plus, it's going to take too much work. So,
okay, let me just look at.
I think what's going to end up happening is we'll probably get a Democratic Senate and a Republican House.
Okay. Probably. I mean, possible, but okay.
Probably going to see the Republicans trying to defund Social Security and Medicare, and the Senate's either not going to pass it, or if certain Democrats betray the majority, Biden's going to most certainly veto it. I mean, he's already declared he's going to veto any remote defunds of Social Security and Medicare.
All right. So, you're going to screen show your house prediction, or?
I already did.
Oh, you already did. Oh, okay. I forgot. I'm just setting it up for the time being, but yeah. I assume. All right. I gotta look at some like states. I have to. We're just gonna. All right. I gotta go into New York for a minute. There's like some upstate seats I need to find the margins for.
Obviously, the Senate seats could fluctuate either way. Like, I think it's possible that the Democrats could win Nevada and lose Pennsylvania, and Republicans could hold on to Pennsylvania. It's possible either of those scenarios could happen. That's why I only put them in tilt.
Yeah, okay.
But by the way, I am actually not going to look at other states. I'm only going to look at the state of Michigan because that's the only thing that's relevant to me.
Fair. Understandable. All right, let me see. I'm filling out safe stuff. Just gonna fill out. Really. I mean, I'll screen share as I do it. All right, I might as well. But all right, I got a screen. Let me go screen share it. So.
Did you see that? Also, you've probably seen that map where I predicted the 2020 election and I inverted the colors.
Yeah, I saw it. You tweeted it with like. You tagged me and a few others. Oh, okay. All right, screen sharing. All right, so I mean, I'm just filling in safe stuff. I mean, Albany, I think it's going to be likely. I mean, with Zeldin, he's going to have a down ballot effect to some degree. Maine, I'm putting in lean Democrat because Golden's actually more conservative than his Republican opponent on some issues. Even though the district is right trending, it's possible he switches parties after the midterms. But
Also, there's an independent who's probably stealing votes from the Republicans.
Maybe, yeah, that could be also it. All right. New Hampshire second, it's going to be likely Democrat. Or even lean, but I don't know. I mean, maybe Sununu could have a down ballot effect. The first district, I don't know. You know, we'll get to that. Actually, I'll put this lean. I don't know. The first could actually flip. I know it's possible, but I don't know. It could go either way. But I know Pappas is favored, but I'm putting in lean R. Likely, I know Charlie Baker's not in the ballot in Massachusetts, which could cause one of the seats to go likely, but I'm putting the ninth likely. Alan Fung, I mean, the former gubernatorial candidate, I think he'll pull it off. But I think he'll lose re-election, kind of like how that one Utah Democrat did in 2018. Well, in 2020.
Or something like becoming the Republican, what's his face, Max Rose. Maybe he'll have some sort of ad where he tries to say something about how Donald Trump is the worst president ever. That's it, guys. That's it. That's the ad. Maybe as a way to distance himself from Trump, and it backfires on him.
Right.
Remember that ad?
I think so. I know that Bob Stefanowski's not really running the best campaign this time around, but he's doing worse than 2018, but it's lean Democrat. The fifth, that's going to be tilt. Yeah, it'll be close, but I don't think it's going to flip. I mean, I'm putting these Long Island seats likely. I know this one was very close in 2020, but I think it'll be likely, the down ballot effect again. This one, I think it's going to be tilt, this New York seat. I mean, the third district? Suozzi, he's pretty vulnerable this year, I guess. Hold on.
I don't think he's running for re-election.
Yeah, I know he's not running, but the Republican George Santos, I think he'll narrowly pull it off. All right. Let's see. Kathleen Rice.
But then he'll be much like someone like, what was his name? Max Rose, he'll probably lose in 2024.
Probably. Yeah, all right. It's a higher
president. That's it, guys. That's the whole ad kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe he'll say Biden's the worst president or something.
Or, I don't know, try to distance himself from Zeldin or something.
No, I don't know. But all right, New York. All right. This 11th district, I guess it's safe. Just 7. This is a right. Oh my God, I closed it. Damn it. Let me stop for a minute. Damn it. Oh my God, I don't know why I did that. I have to redo it. Oh God. Oh God. What a day. Oh my God. It should be quick. I'll just redo it fast. I'll just but anyways, who do you think's the most dead on arrival senators for 2024 and 2026?
2024, 2026,
Manchin. I guess he's dead on arrival.
Manchin.
Collins, I guess so.
Yeah. Manchin's probably going to lose to Mooney, probably.
Or whoever the Republican nominates. Whoever.
And
you never know. Okay.
I'm going to... Sure, Brown could have a chance.
Maybe, but Tester, he's not favored to win, but it's possible he could win, but I don't know. Because Montana is slowly moving left, actually, believe it or not. But
what about who was that?
Someone's in the.
What about Kirsten Sinema in the primary?
Maybe if she loses, the Democrat would probably lose. I don't know. It'll be tilt, probably a tilt election. But
my best hope is whoever's the nominee actually attends the frickin' debate.
Well, all right. Let's see.
What's with candidates missing the debates this year?
I don't know. Maybe it's just too polarized or something. It's just. All right, I guess I'm just filling out a bunch of safe seats right now.
This not attending debate thing is really starting to get old.
Yeah, but
honestly, these midterms are starting to get old.
I mean, I kind of want to get this over with. I know even if I may not be pleased with certain candidates winning, I just want to get this over with so we can get to 2024. But
yeah, I want to get to my ballot proposal getting on the ballot because
imagine if they make headlines nationwide. Oh god, that'd be insane.
I'm not expecting that since there are tons of ballot proposals across the country. But I do expect maybe some statewide newspapers, like maybe the Detroit Free Press or M Live or the Detroit News might talk about it.
Maybe, yeah, possibility.
Because the Lansing State Journal did do an article about my idea for decentralized Lansing one time.
Okay. Let's see. All right, you know what? I filled out more districts than last time, so I might as well screen share again. Window. All right, let's hope I don't close the thing. I better not. Oh, is it sharing or? It's on, right?
Okay.
Oh, it's
yeah, it's on.
All right, so let's see. All right, I guess I did the safe. I mean, I'll just fill in the ones I did earlier.
Why the heck did that whole thing crash?
No, I just closed it on randomly. Lean, tilt.
It was.
Closed. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
What do you think the Republican-controlled House of Representatives is going to do?
I mean, they're probably going to they're probably going to repeal certain they're probably going to vote to repeal certain laws. I think they may. I don't know. You'll probably see an attempt. I don't know. They may attempt to repeal Obergefell v. Hodges or something. They may try to.
And Biden will veto it.
Yeah, or maybe they'll codify. They'll properly codify Dobbs v. Jackson.
And Biden will continue. And Schumer won't allow it to go to. And Schumer won't allow it to go to the Senate.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
he'll allow it to go to a vote, and it will fail.
The House is probably going to try to codify Baker v. Nelson, probably. All right, I'm looking at New York. All right, I'm just looking at these House races.
Or make it mandatory to hold the 10 Commandments or something.
Okay, so New York. All right, I guess the 19th is going to be a pickup. I mean, Molinaro, he ran for governor back in 2018, but I think he's going to win. Pat Ryan, I know he's the new freshman. It's going to be tilt. All right. The Maloney, it's going to be lean. New York, I mean, the Albany district likely. Syracuse, I originally thought it was going to flip, but it's going to be tilt red. It'll be close. But Jersey, I mean, not really much is going to happen. I mean, let's look at Jersey for a minute. I'm looking at 270 to win.
Just one flip.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see them pick up the 7th district. I mean, I don't even know why the 11th is likely. I mean, I get the governor, but
by the way, I'm going to be working in the precinct on election day, and while I'm working in the precinct, I cannot talk about politics at all.
All right, maybe you'll do a live stream in a couple days after, talking about midterm recap or something. Oh,
honestly, I don't have anything funny to say about the midterms. I just want to get these stupid elections over with.
Yeah. All right. The 7th district in Jersey is a pickup red, lean red.
And if 2024 is a rematch, I'd want to get that one over with too.
Oh yeah. All right. Let me look up. All right. Let's just look up. All right. Then the Republican nominee for New Jersey 7th district. All right. So this guy, he's the son of the former governor, Thomas Keene. He was governor during the 80s. He was a friend of Ronald Reagan. All right.
Reagan!
He was a more liberal Republican. I mean, he even won a majority of black voters in his re-election. And he was a chair of the 9/11 Commission after Henry Kissinger was. So.
Must resist UT joke. Must resist UT joke.
All right, 85. What the hell? All right, 85 re-election. Okay, what the hell? Wait, okay, I gotta look up. All right, he won. All right, so New Jersey. All right, look at this. I mean, he won. Look at this. I mean, he's the last one Republican to win Newark and Jersey City.
The only Republican I've seen win by that margin is Chris Christie.
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, was it closer? Wait, let me look. Well, look, all right, he won 62% of black voters. It was kind of impressive. Right, 2013.
Well,
I mean,
Chris Christie,
it got bluer. Look, by a little bit. I mean, these two. I mean, he won the Capitol.
I mean, he managed to only win by. He managed to win because of his handling of Hurricane Sandy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Yeah. All right. PA. I guess we're gonna get to that. All right, the 6th district. All right. Likely. I mean, I'm putting likely Democrat. I know it has got bluer as Chester, which is a left-moving suburb, but I don't know. Okay, the 1st district likely. I mean, it could be safe. No, I'm putting it likely. So this is final. Thinking this through and through. So 7th and 8th. All right, the 8th district is a Trump district. I'm putting in lean red. I know as even tilt. Lean red for this, I guess. All right, Pittsburgh. Well, Connor Lamb seat. Jeremy Schaffer is going to win narrowly. And then Mike Doyle. Look, the Republican nominee isn't Mike Doyle, so it's going to be likely Democrat because of that fact alone. All right, Scott Perry. I don't know why they put it safe. Trump only won it by 4. It's likely, if anything. Don't know why they did that. All right, Delaware.
I think it could. I think that district could go blue in maybe the next century in maybe the next decade or so.
What? Scott Perry's district?
The Harrisburg district.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, 2026, assuming Republicans win 2024 or something. That's extremely possible. All right, the Maryland
2034.
2024?
2034.
Oh, 2034. Don't know about that. I'd say it happens as early as 2026. All right, Virginia, we got a couple. I know Youngkin won. I mean, let's take a look at that for a minute. West Virginia. Oh no, the wrong state.
I think.
Oh, damn it.
I think the whole Youngkin thing's going to be a one-time thing, if I'm honest.
I don't know. I mean, his presence definitely going to shift the state red a little bit. Will definitely have an impact. You're definitely going to see Republicans pick up the 2nd district. I think this is going to be a lean red flip. Likely red for the 1st district. I don't know why it's safe. I don't know why they just put a bunch of random. Look, he only won it by 4, Trump. So it's going to be likely. I know this one was 8, the 5th district, but it's going to be safe, I guess. This is down ballot. I mean, all right, the 10th, because of Youngkin's win, I'm putting it likely. I know, then, I mean, the Republican, Youngkin has campaigned with the candidates. I think him campaigning may help Vega win. I know Spanberger's favored, but I'm putting it tilt red. I know I may disagree, but okay. Then, all right, Ohio, I guess we can move on to that. I mean, all right, Ohio. So, all right. So Chabot. I know
Youngkin, more like Trumpkin.
I get it. Chabot, it's going to be a narrow flip. I mean, he is popular, but I don't see it staying red even in this environment. The Dayton district, the 10th district, I'm putting it likely red. Definitely is definitely blue enough to the point it's not really safe anymore. The 9th, I'm putting it lean Democrat. I mean, J.R. Majewski is not really liked. I know it's a Trump district, but lean Democrat. It's possible he runs for the Senate in 2024. I think if he's going to have a political future, it's going to be in the Senate, most likely. All right, 13th, I'm going to put that at lean red, I guess. I mean, or even tilt, but no, lean. All right, now I guess we're heading. I want to do southern states. I mean, what the hell? All right, I'll do Georgia. I know these 11th and 6th are moving left, are off cliff. They're going to be competitive in a few cycles, especially the 11th and the 6th. Yeah, both of them. But like in a couple cycles. Yeah, but yeah, because it's going to be safe. I mean, this time around. All right, Sanford Bishop. I mean, likely, but I feel like this is going to be his last term. If reelected, it'll be his last run. I think he retires, but. I guess North Carolina we'll get to do. Then we'll do South Carolina. All right, this one. I mean, Butterfield seat. Okay, thankfully I didn't close. All right, lean Democrat. I mean, yeah, it's moving right, but yeah, I don't think it'll flip. But this time, maybe. Manning, likely. I mean, we'll put the safe district safe. I mean, yeah. I mean, they're just like D plus 30. districts, so they're going to be safe. Now, the 14th is going to be likely. I guess you could say that, but all right, other Republicans wins. Okay, the 9th, I think it's going to be likely. I mean, it's moving left a little bit. Yeah. Cawthorn's not running. If Cawthorn was running, I make the 11th likely, but it's going to be safe since it's not Cawthorn. But I guess the rest is safe. Red.
Do you think Ilhan Omar could get Cawthorn eventually?
Maybe. It's possible, but I don't know. 3rd, it's lean red. All right, I guess after North Carolina, I mean South Carolina. I'm putting all districts, like safe red districts, safe, except Mace. She is an underperformer. I mean, she only won by 9. Trump only won the district by 9, so it's possible. But then Joe Wilson. Oh, I think he's the congressman who said "you lie" in one of Obama's State of the Union addresses.
You lie! You lie!
Yeah, this is going to probably be his last term. I don't see him running again in 2024. Clyburn, I think Clyburn's going to retire too in 2024. Yeah,
he should retire.
Yeah, I mean he's probably
and so should Hoyer and Pelosi
and Jack Bergman.
Yeah, and also McCarthy and Scalise need to retire too.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
They
also,
should.
Chris Smith of Jersey, Chris Smith and Hal Rogers. They've been here since
Tim Walberg should retire, by the way. He needs to retire. He's getting really old. I met him. He looked really, really old. I was like, yeah, that guy needs to retire.
All right. I guess we'll do some other southern states. I mean, Kentucky, let's take a look. 6th district.
That's the district where a pro-Russia candidate is running for the Democrats.
Oh yeah. So
if I was there, I would vote for a write-in. I just wish the Green Party nominated a candidate there.
Or even any other third party. Right. This one, I mean, it's safe. I mean, I know that this meme about like the 1st district going blue. I don't know what that's about. All right, I guess
it's some sort of a Jeb Bush type meme or something.
Right. Illinois. I don't know why they put this lean Democrat, this Chicago seat. Literally Biden plus 11. It's not even moving right. I get it.
I think it's because. Well, I think it's because of that primary.
Maybe. All right. Let's see. I mean, oh god. All right. We're just going to put a bunch of Chicago seats safe, and then we'll make some rating changes.
Also, what is Chicago's actual style of pizza? Deep dish or tavern?
I guess we'll never know.
Chicago won't tell. Even Chicagoans don't know. Well, I think it's more of a north-south Chicago thing. Like, northern Chicago prefers deep dish. South Chicago prefers tavern style.
All right, these are safe red, I guess. I think the Republicans are going to pick up the 17th district. As like Rockford in it, I get that. But like, yeah, it's going to be pretty close. But, Springfield district, I'm putting lean Democrat. It's definitely a left-trending district, right? I guess Indiana, the home state of Tokutuber in the Vault. All right, Frank Mervan.
And Crash Thompson's home state.
Huh. All right, I guess
Vera Crash Thompson.
No.
Whom I inspired the vault off of.
Okay. All right.
The bin.
All right. Tilt red for the Indiana seat.
What? That's not going to flip.
The 1st district is trending right. It has Gary in it. I mean, it's losing people. I mean, the 5th district is definitely moving left. It's definitely a left trending district, but it's not going to flip, obviously. All right, I guess we'll do Iowa, and then I guess your home
Can't wait
state.
to see you eat your words when it doesn't flip.
I mean, this is just my personal prediction. I mean, I don't know. But all right, Iowa. I mean, this is literally everyone's prediction for Iowa. So yeah, this is it. You're gonna see this district. Yeah, all of Iowa's gonna be red. I mean, the Democrats. I mean, this state's going away for Democrats. It's pretty much gone.
There was a news story about how Democrats were doing terribly in rural areas.
All right.
They should do a news story on how urban areas have rejected the Republicans.
All right. This is your home state. All right. Huizenga, I'm putting his district likely. Trump only won it by 4.
Huizenga. His name's
Huizenga.
Huizenga.
Huizenga. All right, whatever. All right, these districts are safe. John James.
I can't wait to face him in 2034.
If you run. Slotkin. All right. Or 2042 against Red Eagle Red Lion. All right. Slotkin. I guess lean red. I know it's your district, but it because of the Biden barely won it. Barely. And yeah, I know this. You may disagree, but Kildee, I see him losing. I mean, Biden only won it by 2. So, tilt. I'm putting it tilt red.
I disagree. I actually live in this state.
I disagree.
He's not losing. His opponent is extremely racist.
How so? Fill me in.
To the point, and his opponent doesn't even live in the district.
Oh yeah, John James. I know the district's in Macomb, but he lives in Oakland.
Well, Paul Young could not beat Slotkin, so I don't see him beating Kildee.
All right, John Gibbs is. I mean, it's likely Democrat. I mean, with Meyer not running, I still think Meyer would lose, even if he survived the primary. I still think it'd flip, but not by much. All right, likely because Gibbs he wants to get rid of the 19th Amendment. That's going to anger a lot of voters, which is not gonna. He's not going to win. Do you
think it's possible that Ottawa County could flip to the Democrats eventually?
I doubt it. No, not anytime soon. If it doesn't, just not for a while. All right, Wisconsin, I guess. All right, I mean, the first district, Trump plus 3. All right, I'll just do. Oh my God! Oh, wrong one. Oh God.
I wish the Republicans were blue.
Huh. And yeah, and the Democrats were red. Oh yeah, because of Canadian. Because I know there's some South
and
American
British politics.
Yeah, some South American countries have that. Because in my Spanish class we were learning, there's this one Spanish flag, like they base their flag's colors off their state's political parties. All right, Minnesota, I guess. All right, now the first district likely red. I mean, all the safe districts are safe. All right, now Dean Phillips. Yeah, this is a district that flipped in 2018 and got bluer. It moved fastly away from the GOP. It's safe regardless. This is like outer Hennepin County, which surprisingly, you want to know how much Al Gore won it in 2000? He won it by 14. He won like Minneapolis by only 14 points, and Biden won it by 40. Wow, right? Crazy.
Crazy how the urban areas have rejected the Republicans.
The more far right they became. And I even think Trump got less raw votes in some urban areas, like raw votes, not just like margin, than Barry Goldwater.
Yeah, like how bad do you have to do in urban areas to get those margins? Same thing with Democrats in rural areas.
I'm sure Biden did. I think Biden got less raw votes in West Virginia than McGovern and Mondale did. All right.
I mean, back in the 80s, I think the Republicans actually won a few urban areas.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did well in the 50s.
Anaheim used to be a strong Republican voting area.
Even Los Angeles. All right, Nebraska. Yeah. Let's check that out for a minute. All right. The first district, I mean, Mike Floyd, I'm putting it likely red. Second district is lean. It's possible it flips in 2024 or 2026, but we'll have to wait and see. Kansas. All right. I guess all the red districts are safe. I mean, and then the third district will be lean or even tilt. I'll put it tilt Democrat.
Do you think Laura Kelly could have a down ballot effect on that one district?
Probably. If it doesn't, maybe it probably will. But I don't know. I guess the deep South, we can do that. That's pretty easy. We don't have to do research on that. So I guess.
Also, screw you, Arkansas Democrats, for getting rid of that majority black district.
Yeah, some people on Twitter unironically want
Arkansas the South.
Yeah, they want to unpack these
Arkansas, the black districts.
Yes, I think that's what you mean. Yeah, I mean it's going to be hard to do in Georgia and North Carolina, and to a lesser extent South Carolina. But in these states, I don't think it'll be that hard. It shouldn't be that hard. But that's what I'm saying.
Do you think that Republicans could unironically do that eventually?
In some states, yeah, but it's going to be hard in a place like Georgia and North Carolina and South Carolina, which are moving left. And I guess maybe Virginia, because in a decade or so, it's going to be very blue. It'll be slightly bluer than it is now.
Not even a Youngkin could flip Virginia in a few decades, probably.
Yeah. Honestly, if Youngkin, in the unlikely chance he becomes a U.S. Senator, he would be a one-termer, and he'd get ousted, like in his second term or something, if he ran for re-election.
Because he would vote with the Republicans a lot.
Mm-hmm. All right. Florida, I mean, literally all of it's safe. I mean, most of it. Wait, fourth district is likely. I mean, what the hell? Okay, Al Lawson, he's dead on arrival, really. All right.
Do you think that Mr. Youngkin could become more and more unhinged as the state moves more and more away from him?
Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, I feel like Youngkin's going to be a key leader in the Republican Party. Like once he's done being governor, or if his political career is over, like Chris Christie, kind of. And maybe he'll launch a presidential bid, but I don't think he'd probably withdraw before the primaries.
I think he would be a lot like Chris Christie, where he has that spatting moment with one of the senators, maybe a Ted Cruz or Marco Rubio.
Yeah. That was funny when Christie was calling out Rubio in the debate. Yeah.
And the context was basically Chris Christie had to deal with the Democratic-controlled legislature, and he had to be bipartisan.
All right. Okay. So, Florida 23. Miami is going to be pretty red this cycle. I mean, redder than you think. I don't. Red. Oh, mistake. Don't take this out of context. Please.
Whoops. Yeah, the suburbs around Miami are not going red anytime soon.
I mean, the 28th. How the hell is that safe?
I'm going to say this. Cuban Americans are a lost cause for Democrats.
And college-educated voters are a lost cause for Republicans.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to win them back.
And
I think they talked about that in the PBS NewsHour, how Republicans are not going to be winning college-educated voters anytime soon.
Yeah, even actual Republicans are admitting it. All right. Texas.
And now they're calling colleges indoctrination camps for Democrats. I mean, if they keep saying that, the less likely they're going to win those voters.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, is that your dog or? I think I heard something. Elway?
I don't think that was. Cammy? Elway? I don't know.
All right. The Houston districts. All right. Oh, God. Okay. What the hell? All right. Likely, I mean, I don't know. I think it's possible the Rio Grande Valley could be a Republican sweep due to trends, like the massive shifts you saw in 2020. They're going to continue.
Honestly, it would be funny to see Cuellar lose. And it would prove to him that Democrats cannot abandon their principles just to win.
But he's going to lose anyway. I mean, it's because of trends, ongoing trends. I mean,
this is why I think Cuellar should resign.
Okay, well,
if he wants the Democrats to win, he should resign.
Yeah. Well, as much as how the Rio Grande Valley may be a lost cause for Democrats, here's the thing: the Dallas suburbs and Houston suburbs may be a lost cause for Republicans. And if the state ends up becoming a safe blue state, it's going to be hard for Republicans to win a presidency. Because it contains like a good amount of electoral votes. And assuming this state and Georgia become Democrat strongholds, is going to be, I mean, I'll do a thing later, maybe. But all right, New Mexico. I'm just gonna put. Oh no, this isn't going. Lean red, or even tilt, but yeah, tilt red. All right, that's New Mexico for yeah. Colorado. I mean, Bobert likely. I mean, this is a speed run. I don't need to give. I mean, the 8th district, you can stay red, but 2024, I don't know, it might flip. And all right,
Does Wyoming really exist?
I understood that reference. Arizona.
Basically,
I mean,
Garfield made a joke about how low the population was.
I think it has a smaller population than DC.
Yeah,
All right, let's see.
and yet it's a state and DC isn't.
All right, let's see. All right, Nevada. I think you're going to see this district be a pickup for Republicans. California, I guess. Oh, the Republicans already have a majority. They already take back the House. So, all right. Oh God, this is a speed run. All right, the Bay Area. Go say Green's from one of these. All right. Oh God, I have to look. So this one, I think it's going to be like way out. I'm not. Let me go look at the district for a minute. Oh, wrong state. Damn it. Okay, Cali. All right, let's look at the Ami Bera, Josh Harder. All right, I guess. No, lean Democrat. 13th and the 20th.
I wish Democrats were red.
I know you said that, yeah, but all right. I think Valadao is going to lose probably. It's just hella blue, the district, and let's see. This one is likely red. Down ballot, so I mean, this is red. I mean, likely,
And Republicans in California are dead.
I mean, yeah, literally. Yeah, Schwarzenegger, he only won because he's a celebrity. All right, and Republicans, even if they nominate celebrities, even look at Dr. Oz. I mean, they're not even well liked among other celebrities. Only the ones who are like conservative, like Rob Schneider. You know, he endorsed Carrie Lake for Arizona governor. You know,
And nobody likes Rob Schneider at this point.
I mean,
I don't think even conservatives like Rob Schneider that much.
Okay, there's only a few districts left. I mean, it's from the Pacific Northwest. I mean, these are gonna stay. I think this will be likely. Safe. Likely, I guess, lean Democrat. All right, Oregon, I mean, down ballot effect. So you know this is going to flip. This is going to be... All right, there we go. This is my House prediction. Thoughts?
Wow, you're way more confident in the Republicans' chances than I am.
I know, but only of like a few. I don't know, because...
I mean, I think mine was like 227 Republicans.
Well, yeah, this is...
Oh, 221, actually.
Oh. Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely you're going to see some of these districts flip in 2024. I mean, Syracuse, definitely. Fung, definitely. I mean, Rhode Island, yeah. I mean,
Syracuse is a university district.
No, that's the 19th. No, the 19th is the college town. All right.
Yeah, it's a college town, so...
All right, I guess I'll stop sharing that House prediction. All right, done with that prediction. We're done with that.
So Hillsdale's a college town, and Hillsdale's conservative, so...
Yeah.
So who knows how long that's going to last.
Mm-hmm. All right, so... Let's see.
I've got it my own witch prequel fan fiction book that I want to share.
Okay, go ahead.
It's called... And it's going to be relevant to my wizard adaptation.
Is it going to be anything with like the Forza thing, or no?
Nope, but it's going to be foreshadowed there. Like one of the characters' name is Drake, and be like, I think I saw that name in Kranjakar before.
Mm-hmm. All right. So.
Whoops, wrong button.
I guess I'll have my camera off for the. All right. All right.
Let's. Oh, I gotta change it again.
Okay.
So, also, you're going to be reading some of the lines. You're going to be reading David's lines.
Okay. And maybe after this, I know I forgot to do this, but maybe a 2024 prediction or something, because I don't know, or maybe like maybe we'll talk about how states are trending or something. Okay.
So
Right.
this is what it is. Drake, War of the Red Lagoon. I called myself N.W. Zandy.
Yeah, Nicholas Wayne. Right.
So, Chapter 1, Escape from the Amish. Long ago, back in 1907, somewhere in southern Pennsylvania, there was a whole neighborhood full of a German-speaking farming community known as the Amish. And there still is. They were very religious and very conservative, and they didn't want to be bothered by anyone else. One of those families was the Wagners. They hated the concept of new inventions at the time, such as the light bulb, the automobile, the airplane, and many other inventions that most of us today take for granted. But they were completely new concepts at the time, and not everyone was in favor of them, especially Mr. Wagner. He thought they were witchcrafts. Thoughts on that first paragraph?
It's sorry. I mean, all right. I mean, this is like, what, like southern PA? Was it like near, well, like the border of Maryland or something?
Harrisburg.
Ah.
He was very tall and lanky, had brown, bushy hair, and a short and scruffy beard. His clothes were somewhat well cleaned, as he was a perfectionist after all, and expected his wife and children to obey his orders. And they lived in fear of him, as not only was he the big boss of the house, but he was also the big boss of their little community. And they had to follow his orders, just as his father ran the community. Mrs. Wagner, who was also tall and lanky, and wore what the Amish community expected women to wear, except she had blonde hair, was definitely a lot softer than her husband, and she cared a lot about her children's safety, but she was too powerless to calm her husband's wrath. The family only ever spoke to each other in German, except for cases when an English-speaking person happened to be passing by, but they weren't exactly friendly to them when they did. You know a bit about the Amish?
Not really. Yeah.
You read Mr. Wagner's line.
Go away, you filthy city slickers, Mr. Wagner would always shout.
They had 4 children. There was Heinrich, the oldest, who was very loyal to his father no matter the situation. Though he certainly had the hair of his mother, as it was blonde. Though, like his father, he was very lanky and tall, and he had a commanding presence, as he always carried his whip with him whenever the people in the local Amish community fell out of line. There was the second oldest, Emma, who was also very loyal to her father. She often cooked in the kitchen and cleaned the dishes. She was a little bit shorter than her brother and was a brunette. And she was considered by many to be one of the most beautiful girls in her community. But dating was a big no-no in the Amish community, because typically they would fall in love in bed at night against the will of the women in the community, and Emma often slapped several outsiders who stalked her in the face and told them to get lost. That's basically me saying, stop fetishizing the Amish. I don't know why people are doing that. I mean, are they fetishizing A Handmaid's Tale? What are they, conservatives? I mean, I guess they are. The youngest children were Carl and Anna, who were not as strict as their older siblings and weren't fans of the Amish way of life, and always dreamed about something bigger, hoping for a better life in the city. But Heinrich would often whip them if they ever dared to speak about it out loud or spoke to them in English. They would often be yanked out of school by their older brother and forced to mend the fences, trim the fields, which would always grow back whenever Carl trimmed them. Foreshadowing? Which would lead to him getting whipped even more, and Anna was forced to help trim afterwards. It was a nightmare for both Carl and Anna, who always lived in fear of their father and older siblings. Carl was on the shorter and stockier side, and he had the same hair as his father. Anna was fairly short too, and had the same hair color, but she was more average looking. And she was decent looking enough, though nobody else dared turn their heads towards her, likely because she was way underage, as she was still a child. Seriously, don't do underage sex. That's not okay.
Ugh.
One day, when they were trimming the crops, they seemed to be growing more than 3 feet and were spiraling way out of control, becoming too much for even his siblings to handle. So his dad had no choice but to lock him away in his room and was not allowed to eat any food for the rest of the month, which they knew he wouldn't survive for that long. That's how cruel they were. And Carl begged to be let out, but Heinrich kept cursing at him and told him in German that he wished he was never born and wished he had used his dad's musket to shoot him on the spot, which his dad said would be too good a way for him to die anyways, and that wasting away in his room would be enough to make him suffer. Yes, the Amish own guns, but not advanced weaponry, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Anna protested, but that led to her getting slapped by Emma, and she held her by the collar and said that she should enjoy time with her brother and waste away too. And so she was locked in there too. Their mother could do nothing but keep a blank expression because she feared that she'd get shot by her husband if she did anything about it. Yeah, her husband really didn't care much about her. During the evening, Carl and Anna would, for the first time, be missing dinner. The smell of their food did nothing to help their starvation. Quite the opposite, actually. It only made it worse. And they knew that they either had to escape from home or die trying. They looked for anything in the room that could get them out of there. They tried to pick something that could pick the lock, but they found nothing. They continued to search for something until they found 2 little pieces of paper that they had never seen before in their lives. Beside it was an even bigger piece of paper, which had a note that her mother wrote in English. It read, "To whomever reads this, I was having a hard time living in the city of Heatherfield, Connecticut, due to constant fights I got into with my sister Diane. Not helped by my constant problems with alcoholism. I decided to move out of the country, where I was greeted by a man named August Wagner in the Amish community of southern Pennsylvania with open arms. I felt like my troubles were over. Unfortunately, I had sadly mistaken. As it turns out, he was a control freak and a perfectionist, and he never accepted failure in his community. And he was just using me to father kids who would succeed him to take over the community. I tried to escape, but I couldn't, as I was forced to cook every single day whenever I did. I still have extra train tickets with me in case I ever changed my mind and wanted to move back to Heatherfield. That's why I leave them here for any new children who I want to have with me. Sincerely, Margaret Astor." "What's Heatherfield?" Anna asked curiously. "I don't know," replied Carl. "But whatever it is, it'll certainly be better than living here. That's my impression of a German accent." They made a plan. They would leave the house that night because they knew that would be long past curfew and nobody would spot them sneaking out at night. since there were no lights in their community. The house was one floor, so they had no risk of falling from 2 stories and possibly injuring themselves. That night, when curfew was called, Carl and Anna began to make their escape through the window and picked up their tickets. They soon made their way across the fence and onto the gravel road. Because it was past curfew, they hoped nobody would see them. However, they were never more wrong than before, because the guards who enforced the curfew spotted them and carried their guns and were ready to shoot the poor children if they didn't surrender, which Carl and Anna were never going to do anyways. The guards were laughing with joy as they were now ready to use their job as their positions as examples for those who didn't comply with Amish laws. And Carl and Anna closed their eyes, accepting their inevitable fate. Suddenly, the gravel around them started to form one huge rock, and they flew straight at 2 of the guards, which frightened them. Now realizing the kids could be a witch and a warlock, which was strictly forbidden in Amish culture. They aimed their guns at them again, but they were quick to get away pretty easily and escaped the Amish neighborhood with ease, with bullets missing their every move, or musket balls. They were now freed from their abusive family and began to head to the train station in nearby Harrisburg, the state capital of Pennsylvania. Thoughts on that?
It's all right. When's like the end of this chapter? If you don't mind me asking.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Do you know where Harrisburg Station is? Asked Anna. No clue, replied Carl. I think we are lost. They were puzzled about where this Harrisburg Station was. They were stuck in the middle of nowhere with no food, no drinks, no nothing, and they needed someone to help them. Soon, they saw an automobile right behind them, and they waved at it. The driver put on the brakes and hopped right out. He was an African-American man who clearly looked middle-aged, considering how scruffy his beard was, and how long his hair was. He wore clothing that didn't look too different from what they were wearing, so it was likely he worked on a farm his entire life as well. You two seem to be lost, he said. Yes, replied Carl. We've been trying to find Harrisburg Station to escape from our awful family. Well, you're in luck, he said happily, because that's where we're going. Hop in, said the woman sitting beside him. And, wrong pronoun. And they did. They sat in the back alongside someone who looked like their son. He had the same clothing as his father, except his hair was shorter and he didn't have a beard. What are your names? The boy asked. My name's Carl, replied Carl, and that's my sister Anna. You do the Randall character.
What is it? They used to seem lost.
Right here.
Hi,
right
I'm
about
Randall, he says. How cruel was your family?
Every time we failed to do our chores, said Anna, our dad would give us the beating of a lifetime, especially when the crops kept growing around us. I know how that feels, said Randall's father. When I was a child, my master would do the same thing to me whenever I didn't do when I was told. I wasn't even paid for my work. Robert, shouted his wife. We shouldn't discuss what happened when we were enslaved down south to two white children we just met. But Sally, replied Robert, they've suffered the same punishments on their Amish farm as we did on that old plantation. They know what it's like to feel enslaved. You mean you've left the deep south after you were freed? Asked Carl. Your turn.
I was just gonna send you the meme. Hold on, the Fetterman meme, but okay. What part is it? Oh, not immediately. Replied Randall. My dad continued to live down south as sharecroppers. They sadly were paid good wages, and they would burst in the wintering cat. There was the final straw of our dad's shoes. Dad's boss, so they fired him. No other
Watering can.
Watering can. So we eventually decided to move up to North Heatherfield. All right.
New England, Heatherfield. You're going to Heatherfield too? Asked Carl.
I think I DM'd you the fit on me.
Of course we are, replied. Okay.
Good. All right.
Wait, said Anna. Why did you stop here in Pennsylvania? Why did you stop here in Pennsylvania? Oh, we were just eating food from the local Amish community. We needed it to fill us up on the way to Heatherfield. They continued to speak to one another until they made it to the city of Harrisburg and eventually made it to Harrisburg Station. The twins never saw anything like it before. It was very grand looking, with well-polished wood all around. Far more refined than the wood of their nasty cottage in their old Amish home. They made it to the station platform where the express train arrived. And so the twins and the formerly enslaved family and everyone else at the station hopped on. When they got on the train, everyone was making really funny looks at them, as if they had never seen an Amish or formerly enslaved family before. Anna asked if they did something wrong. No worries, said Robert. People always give people who like us funny looks. You mean they always judge you by the way you look? Asked Carl.
Robert, Sally, and Randall all nodded.
That's called racism, explained Sally. It's been burned to every white man's mind since the 15th century. Whoa, whoops. My clothes were passed down from my dad, added Randall.
My family doesn't even have that much money. All right. Oh, that was mine.
My dad's side of the family led our local Amish community for years, replied Carl. And our evil older brother is expected to succeed him. And he thought of us as nothing but two wastes of space. Is that true? Asked Sally. Carl nodded sadly. It's worse than that, added Anna. When the plants were growing too big, no matter how much my brother tried to trim them, our siblings thought he was too dangerous, and so they locked him away for a month because they knew he wouldn't survive for that long. They did the same to Anna here because she complained about it, said Carl. Yeah.
All right. I'm so sorry that happened to you, said Randall. No one should treat people like that.
Our former master would disagree with that, said Robert. Considering how many of my friends on the plantation were all starved to death when they were considered a waste of space. That guy was evil, added Sally. He enjoyed beating us to near death because he thought it was funny.
I thought my life sucks, replied Randall.
You don't know how fortunate you are, son, said Robert, at least compared to what your mom and I went through. They passed through several open fields, stopping only in Philadelphia, which Robert told the twins was the cornerstone of the Republic, as it was where the Declaration of Independence was signed, and where the Constitution and the Articles of Confederation were ratified. They sadly didn't stay there for long, as they were adamant at making it to Heatherfield, where allegedly 7 years before the hamburger was invented, though that is a hot-button issue that I will not go into at all. You know that joke right there? New Haven, which Heatherfield was based on, was allegedly where the hamburger was invented. They soon passed into New Jersey. Please recline from any Dr. Oz jokes, please. Which comprised two metropolitan areas, Trenton and Newark. They reached the former rather quickly, and the train stopped there, and more passengers hopped on. Robert assured us that there wasn't much to that city, and so we stayed on. The train headed northeast to Newark, and after it stopped, we looked to our right and we saw New York City in the distance. New York City! It was a beautiful city, though its corruption and crime rate was allegedly high. Are you hearing me?
Oh, I'm here. I'm just muted.
Though a man by the name of Theodore Roosevelt, a man which Robert and Sally were huge fans of, actually lived there and served as governor of New York, fighting corruption within the system and busting monopolies. They eventually crossed the border into upstate New York, which didn't look nearly as exciting as New York City. It was nothing but open fields and farms. They thankfully didn't stay there for too long, as before they knew it, they were in Connecticut, the state where Heatherfield was located. And before they knew it, the conductor shouted, "Heatherfield Union Station!" He shouted. Repeat, "Heatherfield Union Station!" They hopped off the train and gathered their bags, and they hopped on the stone platform and into the station building. It was very crowded, as a huge swath of people who were either arriving at or departing from Heatherfield were there. Anna was very claustrophobic, as small spaces scared her. Carl had to keep her from throwing up. It thankfully wasn't too long until they reached the streets of Heatherfield.
All right, so that's it?
For the first chapter.
Oh, yeah.
So what are your thoughts on the first chapter?
Yeah, it was all right. So it took place in the past? It's just like a flashback? Or
No, this whole thing takes place in the 1900s.
Witch? And a wizard? Right?
Drake.
Oh, so it's like
This is like yeah.
Okay.
And here's chapter 2. The team unites, or I'm going to say Halloween. Heatherfield was one of the most packed cities that the twins have ever been to in their entire lives. It was full of people and buildings that were so tall they seemed to be touching the sky, hence the name Skyscraper. It was so hard to get around the city as there were so many people there. It was hard to know where to go. Not even the all-knowing family they had just met knew where to go. Suddenly, they bumped into one young man who was walking with someone who looked like his mother, and they hit the ground with a loud thud. "Oh, my lord!" shouted Anna, getting back up. "I'm sorry. Are you okay? Are you two okay?" Your turn.
We're fine, the boy responded after Anna reached her hand out to help him. It happens to us all the time. My name is David. Who are you? I'm Anna, she said. This is my twin brother.
That was my turn.
Oh.
We're reading line by line. "I'm Anna," she said. "And this is my twin brother, Carl. And this is our new friend, Randall. We just moved here with them," added Carl. "And we are looking for our Aunt Diane. Do you know where she lives?" "Why, yes," said David's mother. "She lives right next door to our house." It was very convenient to the twins that David and his family lived right next door to Aunt Diane's house. They lived in a residential area in the outskirts of the city, and they seemed to be financially well off, at least compared to the Freemans. They had to separate from the twins to find a house they could afford. There was only one, but sadly it wasn't in the best condition. They soon made it to the house, and David's mother, Melissa Krosnick, knocked on her neighbor's door. "Miss Esther," she asked politely as she knocked. Their Aunt Diane soon opened the door, not being very pleased that her peace was disturbed by someone knocking at her door. She looked fairly close to what her mother looked like, though she seemed to let her hair grow a little bit more, and she didn't wear a corset ever. and she seemed to have a bit of a rebellious spirit to her. The twins understood why their mother got into fierce arguments with her. Your turn. You read, Miss.
What is it now, Miss Crossnick? Asked Diane angrily.
Diane's lines.
Which part from where?
Right here.
What is it now, Miss Crossnick? Asked Diane angrily. Let me introduce you to your niece and nephew, Melika began. Anna and Carl Wagner. So it's true then, she said sternly. A good-for-nothing sister married the Amish fool from Pennsylvania, August Warner, and had
Wagner,
and had a few kids along the way. But Aunt Diane, Anna said, I want nothing to do with...
Aunt Diane, Anna said. That was my line. You read Diane's line.
Nothing to do with her, began Diane, or anyone she mothered along with that Amish idiot.
But she tried to escape, said Carl. But her abusive father threatened to kill both her and you if she ever dared to escape. Your turn.
Is this true? Asked Diane.
Yes, replied Anna. Please read this letter she wrote for us. Diane received the note from Anna and was shocked to see what her sister went through. She asked why her sister didn't stand up to her abusive husband. She couldn't, responded Carl, because whenever her father told her to do something, she had to do it whenever he was asked, and was only ever had to ask how she was supposed to do it. Your turn.
Where again? Oh, and so what if it was true? Asked Diane indignantly. My sister willingly sold her soul to that cruel man. Am I supposed to raise the children she produced with that man and forgive her?
And your turn continues.
So you don't have to forgive her, retorted
Melissa.
But her children desperately need a place to live. It was hard for me when I moved away from my abusive family in Russia with my husband. You care about a woman's right to vote, and you have the choice of whether or not they should have a child. Also, you should care for people in need whether your family or not. And besides, children should be blamed for their mother's decisions. Added David. You've helped me to get whenever I need, when I was in need, so you should help them too. All right, sighed Diane. You can live with me, but you must renounce your Amish background. Can we keep our names? Asked Carl curiously. Yes, she said, but not your last names. You will be known as Asters now.
This didn't seem to be a problem for the twins, because they never wanted anything to do with their awful father ever again, and they were glad to change their last names. They looked around her house and saw several flyers that advertised the movement for women's suffrage. Carl asked his Aunt Diane what it was all about, and she told him that it was because she was a firm supporter of a woman's right to vote. Base. The house was very typical for the time. It was wooden and plastered on the top, and bricked and stony on the bottom in the exterior. The inside kitchen furniture was all made of wood, from the chairs to the tables, all the way to the kitchen cabinets. The living room was very cozy looking, with couches made of suede and lamps that had a very antique look. Just like almost every lamp at the time of the early 20th century, yes, electricity did exist back then. It was a thing since the 1880s. Aunt Diane said it wasn't very much, but it was her home. But the twins thought it looked like nothing they've ever seen before, since they've had to live in an extremely bland house on an Amish farm. Just a few hours later, Randall and David arrived at the house, because they had been invited for a special event at Aunt Diane's house that would have a very special meaning for them. Anna curiously asked David what it was all about. Your turn?
I honestly don't know, David admitted. She never said what it was all about when she made an invitation for us. Before anyone can answer it, the four kids were called to the table by Aunt Diane in the dining room. The kids discussed the strange things that happened all around them. When I was using my dad's radio, David said, it sounded like it was talking to me, and he called itself Juliet. It was changed the radio station like there was no tomorrow or something. My dad thought I was going insane when I brought it up to him. That's nothing, replied Carl.
My turn. That's nothing, replied Carl. Whenever I was harvesting crops back in Pennsylvania, the plants grew 3 feet every time. My sister and I were both locked away by our parents for a month, and they were forced to starve themselves for that long. It was only out of pure, unadulterated luck that we escaped in the first place. How do they know long words? Your turn.
Oh, really? Responded Randall. The watering can breast when my dad asked me to help him when he was still a sharecropper in the deep south. And we got my dad fired. And I thought I had it the worst, agreed David. What about you, Anna? Sorry, sighed Anna.
My turn.
Okay.
My turn. Sorry, sighed Anna. Nothing insane ever happened to me, except for when my twin was involved. Your turn.
That's strange, said Diane, overhearing their conversation. Usually that kind of magic attracts females rather than males. Magic?
My turn. Magic? Asked Carl curiously. What magic? Diane placed a box in the middle of the table, which seemed to be carrying something magical, judging by something that glowed inside of it. Carl asked what was inside the box. Your turn.
Children, she said, let me tell you a legend that has a special meaning for you. What legend? Asked Anna. Long ago, she began, there was a kingdom in ancient China, ruled by a powerful but uncaring Jade Emperor. Working for him were 4 magnificent dragons. The nymph named Jing, his daughter, was gratefully Xinjing was greatly worried for her people, for her famine had been on the land for many months. The dragons took the pity on the people. 2 of them boiled the water from the nearby Pacific Ocean. The other 2 helped them lift it into the sky. It made a rain over the nation, bringing water and crops once the dry land once again. And the terrible thought had ended, but the Jade Emperor was angered because they had acted out without his consent, and so he locked them in the 4 mountains, where their mouths from the 4 rivers in China today. This shocked the daughter, and he told him that his cruelty was only equal to his arrogance, stubbornness, and pride, and that she would be joining the dragons, and that always left the 4 dragons, Xin Ying, Jing, and the last dying breath. Oh, left her the stone amulet. However, this is in the story ends. As a created world in the heavens, known as Kanjakar, what is known as modern-day Shanghai, was asked his 5 daughters to guard the heavens and protect them from evil. They were known as the Guardians of Kanjakar, as well as the infinite dimensions once were discovered by Kanjakar. Well,
my turn.
Oh.
Well, responded Anna nervously. Thanks for the great get-together, but her Aunt Diane told her to sit back down since she wasn't even finished yet. She opened the little checks, and out came the magenta stone amulet from the story. Your turn.
This is the heart of Kanjakar, she said. It contains the 5 elementary forces of nature. With it, you will morph into said guardians, utilizing the powers of water, fire, earth, air, and quintessence. I know that
My
I'm not
turn.
a guardian.
I know that I'm not a guardian, said Anna, but aren't there supposed to be 5 guardians? Your turn.
The guardians of fire and air are still yet to be found, explained Diane. But in time, they'll show up and make themselves known.
My turn. How are the powers showing up far from China? Asked Carl curiously. Your turn.
Let's see. The powers of Kanjakar didn't die with ancient China, Diane explained. They first moved to Rome, then to Constantinople, and Constantinople, which some simpletons called Istanbul. That's neither here nor there. Then they moved to Moscow after the rise of the Ottomans, and then Madrid, then Paris, and London, and finally over here in Heatherfield. Kanjakar is a moving force that never dies, no matter how the circumstances. Also somewhere how it never be reached. How do you do all this stuff? Asked Anna. My mother was a guardian when she was your age, he explained. But then now that duty shall pass to your generation.
With it, she let go of the heart. Everyone expected to drop and shatter, but it didn't. It instead spun around the table until it landed on Daniel. But he didn't like the look of it. The heart of Kandrakar was way too girly to him, and he wasn't a fan of girly things.
I wish it was a fancy watch with the dragon stone attached to it, he said softly. And all of a sudden it happened. The heart of Kandrakar no longer had its purple stone amulet look. That it was colored black, silver, and gold. It definitely resembled a wrist watch, but it looked fancy too. It had a crystal dragon too. It was like everything David ever wished for. Though the base ruined the look for him, it was presently this goofy-looking magician's glove, and it stuck out like a sore thumb. Though you could say it did come in handy. How in the world did that happen? Asked Diane. I don't really know, David admitted. I just wish it could transform into something else. And somehow it did. Like, it was magic.
The next day, the twins had their first days of school outside of the Amish community. The school was known as Sheffield Institute. It had been there since the mid-19th century. English was a required subject, and so was math, science, social studies, as well as a foreign language course. The twins had to ask someone to find their class, which they sadly weren't in the same hours. But Anna shared most of her classes with David, who helped tutor her on many subjects, such as science and social studies, two of his favorite subjects. Randall, sadly, wasn't so lucky. Because of his race, many people were refusing to tutor with him, thinking he was nothing but a waste of space. Life really wasn't easier than in the Deep South. He had Carl with him, but he was the only one who was actually friends with him, aside from Anna and David, who didn't even share the same hours as the two of them. The classes were what you expect for most middle schools at the time, except back then, punishments were a lot harsher. And if people had a failing grade, they were usually required to be given a dunce cap, which made people laugh at them. Whenever they removed it, a nearby staff member would usually beat them with whatever they had on hand. Randall sadly got the worst of it, which made the racism even worse. He was traumatized by what he experienced, comparing it to his dad's childhood as a slave. And he tried to make excuses not to go to school, as he was afraid to admit to it. The days in school were miserable for the twins, too, as they were mocked for their accents and for not knowing how to pronounce any long words. David tried his best to protect them, but it was never to any avail. They were always glad when it was time for school to close. Aunt Diane felt sorry for her niece and nephew were going through, and she wished she could do something to change it. But because she was a woman, she couldn't vote for anyone who could change the system. And it's not like the local representatives were doing much about it anyways, because they had been listening more to their donors rather than to their constituents, just like today. And Anna asked if her aunt had been treated the same way when she was at school.
Wasn't so unfortunate either. She admitted, my sister had it worse, and that's what caused her spiral to run out of control. Asked to join the you-know-what and go you-know-where. She did tell them the good news, because she said that David's boss was hosting a Halloween party at his office, and his boss would invite all the new friends in the party, and the twins were excited. Now, one of them asked what Halloween was. I thought your mother would have told you, exclaimed Diane. It's a holiday where everyone dresses up as whatever they want, just as long as it's not inappropriate. This excited
the twins, as they had asked if they had a few costumes with her. She said that she had more than that, as she had an entire chest full of them that she, her sister, and her brother used to wear. Anna thought the witch costume looked the best, as it was the best way to show off her dark side. And Carl selected a costume that resembled someone who would look like a monster, which his Aunt Diane told him was supposed to be Frankenstein's monster, as her mother had to go off of his book's description, since at the time there were no Frankenstein film adaptations, as they haven't been made yet. Not even that silent film. That night, when everyone was dressed for the Halloween party at Mr. Krosnick's office, It was quite the sight to see. The office was pretty grand looking already, considering that it was overlooking the Quinnipiac River. I don't know if it has much to do with the polling firm, but the lobby, which had quite the look to it, was covered in many Halloween decorations, including pumpkins carved with faces out of them, which David said were called jack-o'-lanterns. David was wearing a costume that looked like that of a mad scientist, which he said was supposed to represent Dr. Frankenstein, and he found it pretty fitting that one of his new friends was dressed as his monster. The company that his dad worked for sold ice cream cones, which were now just becoming mainstream thanks to the recent St. Louis World's Fair. And ice cream was certainly one of the main desserts, along with pumpkin-flavored cake. You continue, because my voice is kind of getting tired.
Hamburgers, which 7 years ago were just invented in Hellerfield, despite what other cities like to say with their silly myths, were for dinner, along with bratwurst, frankfurters, and on the other side with every single thing you could eat with potato. Slice and dice and fries into what were French fries. Despite their name, were actually invented in Belgium, although it was a region that spoke French, it wasn't so far too off. Slice into thin slices into fried that were called potato chips, cut down the middle and baked, also known as the baked potato, eaten peeled, boiled, and smashed to the point where its fluffy interior, known as mashed potatoes, which people would usually gravy on them to enhance their flavor. There were healthy options too, as they were fixing all the fixes for salad, lettuce, carrots, tomatoes, spinach, and many others. There was a fruit for people who prefer their fruit salad, but they certainly weren't popular with adults and teenagers who were more health conscious than their kids, but they didn't stop many parents from making any kids eat salad so they could eat fresh vegetables, which the kids didn't like one bit. After the Guardians had finished their dinner and then the dessert, they began to play at some of the party games. Randall was good for bobbing apples. They're so fun, it kept getting some water on the floor, but it was easily claimed anyways. And it was playing pin on the face of the pumpkin, which he didn't really do well on. And David was hunting for hidden treasure around the place, something he enjoyed quite a lot. One of the rich kids decided to pull a prank on Anna, which made her pretty very upset. And so as she ran into the bathroom, shame, Carl tried to cheer her up, but it was no avail. They needed to keep right off of her and enjoy the party, but suddenly a man who came bursting in, was clearly terrified. He seemed to draw something that I really didn't like one bit. Cyclops, he shouted, in the basement. Cyclops in the basement. I thought
Sound a little more terrified there.
Cyclops, he shouted, in the basement. Cyclops is in the basement. I thought you would have been known. Cyclops in
the basement!
He fainted right in front of everyone. This scared the kids, and the teenagers and adults were finding someone amusing that they didn't know that the silly prank and their boss was pulling. Mr. Krosnick's boss, the man in the fanciest clothes, tall, have hair. He didn't seem to be amused. He stood firmly to quell the noise. Silence, he shouted. Would everyone please not panic? Suddenly, the commotion stopped. Now everyone is listening to their boss. Teenagers, he said more calmly. Leave the kids out of the building and so one single file at lines. Adults, please follow me to the basement. One of the teenagers was clearly in their element.
Come on, children, she shouted. Please follow me and stay alert for any sign of a supposed Cyclops.
Oh, do I
How
go?
could a Cyclops get in here? Carl asked as they were heading towards the front entrance. Your turn? David's line.
Okay. It had to come out from one of the other universes Yaron was talking about. David explained. Perhaps one of the portals that will open to someone who clearly wants to chaos in this world. Past different lines of children with teenagers leading them into different directions and different exits. As they headed towards the front entrance, Carl suddenly grabbed David and Randall by their arms. Just remembered, he said, my sister Anna, what about her? Asked Randall. She doesn't know about the Cyclops, said Carl worriedly. Oh no, said David. We have to warn her. I think they better be not sneaking away from the lines of children, warned Randall. I don't want to risk another beating. Ducking down, they joined the other line towards the other exit, and another line towards a hidden exit used for the only fire emergencies, and hurried off towards the restrooms, which were far in the end of the building. Not very lit, so thankfully almost no one could see them. They just turned a corner. There were two sets of quick footsteps behind them. Oh no, David said nervously. Two of the teenagers were done for.
But it wasn't two of the teenagers. They were two cloaked figures whom they had never seen in their lives before. It was hard to make out who was in the dark, but they could hear the words. Quick, one of them whispered. In here, boys. Your turn.
The boys quickly did what exactly what I told them to make their way towards what looked like a large office room with thousands of typewriters and thousands of desks. They turned on the one of the lamps to see where the figures were, they soon realized that they were not from Earth at all, but different worlds. One of them was clearly shorter than the other. One of the shorter red hair, green eyes, with very wispy facial hair. The taller one had jet black hair with the Lutheran eyes. "Who are you?" asked David. "I'm an Endarno," said the taller one. "And this is Althor."
I'm going to do all four.
All right.
Where are the two other guardians? Added Althor. A portal opened while we were fighting a cyclops nearby. But it got away. And once we heard someone shout about it, we came to this building in a hurry. Suddenly, they heard something that made their hearts come to a screeching halt. A loud, petrified scream. And it was coming from the women's restroom. "Oh no!" cried Carl. The Cyclops has left the basement, and it's going after my sister. Your turn.
All right, let's see. Anna, the boys said together. "Who is she?" asked Althor. No time, Althor shouted Endamo. "We have to save whoever is being attacked by that monster." Althor and Endamo didn't know who Anna was, that they knew that to rescue her. David asked if there was a secret password to transform. Althor explained that it was Guardians Unite. And soon, David flicked the thumb and stood at the ready. "Guardians Unite!" shouted David as the lights colored orange, red, blue, green, and yellow, cyan flew out of the heart and landed at each Guardian. As the lights landed on the Guardians, they transformed into blue and green, so it was like black material. Clearly hadn't invented yet. Out of their backs and grew wings that looked like a dragon. David remarked that it made them look like the devil himself. Oh, we're almost done.
They stormed into the women's restroom, where the door was clearly smashed down by the Cyclops' giant wooden club with metal spikes on it. Anna was on the other side of the room, looking like she was scared to death. The Cyclops was quickly advancing on her, knocking the sinks off of where it was going. I've got this, shouted Althor arrogantly as he sent his fireballs at the Cyclops. But they had little to no effect. Your turn?
Okay. "How many times do I have to tell you this?" said Endamino indignantly. Cyclops
Endarno.
Endarno. Cyclops are one of the only beasts that are immune to fire. Carl thought that maybe rocks... Am I reading that right? Maybe rocks could have an effect on the Cyclops. And so he used the toilets. Cyclopes. So he used the toilets, which were made of stone, towards the Cyclops, and this averted attention towards the Guardians, and they went for him, lifting its club over him. The Randall, thinking quickly, used water from the remaining toilets to splash his face. "Hey, Clopsies!" shouted Randall. Come this way. And so it did. It swung a slub towards Randall, and then destroyed one of the toilets. Suddenly, David had an idea. He asked Randall to flood the restroom so he could use his electrical powers to shock the Cyclops. "But we won't get shocked too," asked Randall. "Guardians," he shouted, "we need to fly over the top of the restroom."
They agreed without hesitation, and Althor and Carl would pick a terrified Anna up. And soon, Randall focused his attention on the remaining toilets and began to flood the bathroom. And then David used his electric powers, known as quintessence, and shocked the Cyclops with ease. And it fell to the ground with a super loud thud that made the waves tremble. It was now as dead as a doornail. As the water went down the drain and the electric smoke cleared off, they landed back on the ground. Your turn.
Suddenly, loud footsteps came rushing in and made them look up. They didn't realize what a ruckus they'd be causing. Of course, someone from the basement had heard the crashes on the walls and the Cyclops was causing. They had to detransform or else they exposed Cantercart to the world. A moment later, a Diane Aster came blasting in, followed by the cross. I can't read that. Wait, Krosniks. Oh, sorry, my screen's a bit like iffy. And the Freemans. And the Krosniks boss came bringing up the
Mr. Krosnick's boss.
All right, boss. The boss went bent to the Cyclops' body. "Dead as a doornail," he said. "No way he's getting back up anytime soon." Mr. Krosnick was looking severely at his son. David had better seen the look so angry before in his life. "What on earth were you thinking?" asked Mr. Krosnick with his cold fury in his voice. "What were these two strangers doing in his office building without prior notice? Most importantly," said Sally, "why are you still here with the T-board here? Told you and the other kids evacuate the building immediately." "I can explain," said Tiber. "These kids are the Guardians of Cantercart in infinite dimensions." "How do you know that?" asked David. Running this business isn't my only job, he explained. I also expect the Armirs at Kandrakar and have to keep them safe from harm.
This shocked everyone in the room. Even Diane was astonished to hear about it. She probably hadn't seen Kandrakar for as long as the kids thought she did. Only Althor and Indarno didn't show the slightest bit of shock when hearing about it, since they've probably known him for longer than even the kids and their Aunt Diane had. That does explain the water burst. The burst in watering can that got me fired as a sharecropper, said Robert. My son has powers over water. Your turn.
And it does explain why my son's been talking to the radio as opposed to person. Adam's cryptocrostic. He probably has electric powers I didn't even know about. Tiber told everyone to go back to their homes, and so they did. Althor and Darno went into the portal with Tiber, and everyone's back to their cars. Anna wrote something on a piece of paper she had in her pocket. What is he writing, Anna asked David curiously. The Guardian's first initials, said Anna. As David smiling, she looked up. They spelled the word Drake. Perfect name, David said, pushing around Anna. Sounds close to the word dragon. Thank you for saving me, said Anna. If you hadn't, I'd probably be dead. David wrapped his arm around Anna, who would lean on David, and they knew from then on they would be in love with each other and always be there for each other. The Guardians knew that they would be friends forever and they would only help each other because there was a battle ahead of them that weren't aware of, and they weren't there. They'd be ready. All right, so that's it.
Yep.
All right. So, did you see the DM I sent you? The Fetterman meme? You should play it, or you should share it.
On the stream?
No, actually, you don't have to share it, but did you check the DM of the Fetterman meme?
Okay. Should I play it on this stream?
If you want. Like, just the audio, you don't have to screen
I'll
share
play it.
All right.
Okay, so...
I DM'd you a video of John a Fetterman meme. The Oz campaign made it. It's kind of funny.
I don't know. Is it public domain?
I doubt. I mean,
there once was a man-child in a hoodie, pushing Marxist policy, setting violent prisoners free while borders overflow. Soon may the Fetterman come to bring us radical socialism. One day when the nation is done, we'll wish we told him no. Soon may the Fetterman come.
Well, that's all this campaign in a nutshell.
One day when the nation is done, we'll wish we
not a bad singer, though.
Our American Century is responsible for
all right, I guess you can stop sharing her. All right, I'll screen share.
I'm gonna screen share an ad that's actually pretty similar.
Okay.
It was back in 2006.
What was it? A Hillary Clinton 2008 campaign ad or something?
Nope. It was
it a
this.
Governor ad?
Let me see. 2006. Pete Ricketts, old Ben Nelson.
The Nebraska governor.
Back then, he was running for Senate.
Old Ben Nelson had some turkeys on his land. E-I-E-I-O. Told the assessors that his land was for farming. E-I-E-I-O. He got greenbelt status to avoid paying taxes. Signed the papers twice to fool the assessor. Old Ben Nelson got tax breaks as a farmer.
Really, Pete? No, Pete Ricketts, you're a millionaire.
Here he got a tax break there. Avoided taxes on and he didn't farms. Millionaire
Ben Nelson. Thought you hadn't fooled. E-I-E-I-O.
The assessor got wind of Ben's fake farming. E-I-E-I-O.
Man, this is not funny as the Fetterman one.
A few fatter turkeys, E-I-E-I-O. Ben claimed surprise at his greenbelt status, but the assessor told Ben it's time to pay your taxes. Millionaire Ben Nelson got caught avoiding taxes and still won't pay the taxes he owed.
I mean, Pete Ricketts, you were a millionaire too and probably got away with tax evasion as well, so...
I'm Pete Ricketts.
That's the only part he shows his face.
All right. Okay, my camera's on. All right, I'm going to screen share my final...
Thoughts on that ad?
It's funny, but not as funny as the Fetterman one. Yeah. But I'll do my
final... so bad, it's hilarious.
All right, I'm going to screen share my final 2024 prediction before the midterms. So, all right, so I guess... All right, so I just filled in all the safe states. All right, is it sharing? Or... All right, I'm putting Colorado safe because there's just so much room to grow for Democrats in the suburbs. The rurals are too far maxed out, and then the rurals are not as. Some of the rurals are actually very liberal with the ski resorts, and so it's going to be safe regardless of who wins the election. Now, likely, I mean, New Mexico. I think Virginia is going to be closer than it will be at the presidential level. No, than last time, because Youngkin's presence is going to make the state single digits. Alaska, I believe, even though if Republicans win, I still think it's going to be closer. It'll be single digits because of Peltola's presence. And another state I consider likely, I guess, Jersey, because the governor election was close last time. But it'll be like similar to the 2016 margin. Maine, I guess, likely, but it'll be like 5 to 6 points. Maine, 2nd district, it'll be like double digits, I think, but likely, not safe. New Hampshire, lean Democrat. All right, PA, I'm going to put tilt Republican. I think it'll narrowly flip. Ohio, it'll be like 12, 11 points. No, like Iowa, 13 or 14 points, I think, because it's just going away for Dems. Kansas, I think it may be a tad bit closer because Trump actually did underperformed Romney a little bit in 2016 in Kansas, so it's possible that shifts left, especially if Laura Kelly wins the re-election. 2nd district, I think it's going to be lean red because of the redistricting. Wisconsin, lead red, it's not going back. Michigan, I'm putting a tilt Democrat, honestly. What do you think?
I think that's too generous to the Republicans.
It's not gonna be bluer than it was in 2020. I mean, it's tilt. I mean, it's not gonna flip. But all right, North Carolina, likely, South Carolina likely, I guess. Georgia lean, Florida likely, Texas likely, I guess. Arizona, I want to put this in tilt. I'll put it tilt red or no lean, maybe lean. No, tilt. Okay, I'll put it tilt. No, lean. No, lean. Oregon likely Democrat because of the because they're going to elect a Republican governor. I think it'll be similar to the Obama's 2012 margin, I think.
I'm going to show you mine now.
Yeah, this is my final one before the midterms. I'm probably going to change a few states. It's going to be pretty boring. Oh.
So I'm going to show you mine. So
okay.
Where was it? Oh, there it is. Huh. And keep in mind, mine's going to be inverted political colors.
Okay.
So here's mine.
Okay. Oh yeah, you did that on Twitter. Okay. Just changing. Okay. Okay. Colorado. Honestly, this is a state that kind of where polls actually underestimate Democrats more than any other state. It's going to be safe. No matter who wins, I don't see it being likely. It's safe, but I might agree with Kansas, honestly. Ohio and Florida won't be closer than last time, or at least Ohio won't, and Florida won't. North Carolina.
I'm not saying Florida is going to be closer. It's just going to be stagnant.
I don't know, but it depends on how much DeSantis and Rubio win. If they win by a sizable margin, then I'd put it likely.
I mean, as in if Trump picks Tim Scott, so like maybe he could do worse in the Rust Belt.
Fair, but yeah, Maine 2nd district won't be closer. It seems all right. I mean, yeah, but Georgia. Biden barely won it. I think it's gonna flip back one last time, but then 2028. Oh, it definitely flips to Dems. Because I understand.
Thoughts on my map.
I get that you want the colors to be reverted, but because in other countries, but I don't know. Oh.
Speaking of other countries, here's a post I shared where I would vote, how I would vote in each country.
Labor, Dem, New Democratic Party. Oh yeah, that's like the progressives in Canada, right? Labor.
Yep.
All right. I assume all of them are left-leaning parties, right?
Yep.
All right. PT. Oh yeah, is that the party of what Bolsonaro's opponent? Oh, Lula. Is that Lula's
Lula.
party?
Yep.
All right. The SPD party. Oh, that's German. Okay. Left leaning. All right. Italy PD. Oh, is that the opposite party of the current prime minister? I believe the current prime minister. She's pretty much Italian Bolsonaro, basically, from what I hear.
She's a fascist. Yeah.
South Korea. Oh, yeah, they elected a conservative president, I think, recently.
But he's not very popular.
Oh yeah, he even won the freaking capital. He won Seoul, I think, which is surprising. It's an urban area.
I think they're gonna lose. I think they're gonna lose in 2027. I believe it is.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
And why aren't people in Israel voting Labor? Shouldn't that be a logical opponent to Netanyahu?
All right.
Honestly, people are really that stupid, aren't they? Also, you've heard of NUPES?
No.
It's an alliance between center left and left wing parties in France. Under the leadership of Mélenchon.
Hold on.
They're the main opposition.
I gotta look up this one party in Ecuador. Let's see. In Ecuador, there's this one left-leaning party. All right, the Citizen Revolution Movement. It's a Democrat Socialist Party. They was thinking of this one president, Rafael Correa, an Ecuadorian president.
So, what are your thoughts on my slate for each of these parties in different countries?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it kind of fits your your ideology. I mean, of like you're like a Bernie Sanders Democrat, right? Kind of.
Yeah. I'd say I'm kind of a social democrat, sort of.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, right.
You should do your own version of it.
Maybe I will, but hold on. Let's screen share something. Right.
The stream's gone on for too long, so I think we should end it here.
Maybe in like 5 minutes. I don't know. 5 minutes. Is that good enough, or?
Yeah.
All right, I want to screen share this. All right, some TikTok of Let's Talk Elections. You know that guy?
Ethan? Yeah, I know him.
Oh yeah, are you screen sharing this, or? All right.
Yeah.
Is it sharing? All right. Okay. This is he was did a roller coaster. Oh god. How did he manage to hold on to it? Oh my god, like he did loops. Like,
honestly, I'd ask that for all roller coaster videos.
Yeah. I mean, I went to like 2 roller coasters in what like in Jersey, in Atlantic City. Like it was like I would not hold my phone. I'm glad I didn't bring my phone on that because I would have dropped it. My god.
Have you ever been to Cedar Point?
Not really. I don't think I have.
I've been there tons of times as a child.
Where
There was
that?
one ride I definitely did not want to go on, and that was Mean Street because it looked like it was going to fall apart.
Oh yeah, what ride I did at Six Flags in Jersey? I went on the Green Lantern ride. Oh, that was like a bunch of loops. It was so crazy. I think Tokyo Ride.
Oh gosh. I think you also might have told him not to go on that ride at one point.
I don't know. I might have, but oh. All right, hold on. What the hell? All right. Oh, he won a congressional baseball game. Oh. All right. All right.
Hey, trains actually come on time, unlike buses, don't they?
Yeah, let's look. Okay, one thing. Oh. I mean, to go now. I guess the stream is gonna end.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta go now too.
All right. Bye.
I gotta have dinner.
We're ending the stream.
Bye.
Bye.